Con, right? Like the heavy or the biggest thing here is that Nautilus is no longer as favored as
Yeah.
previously.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the Nautilus, we also have to talk about the Galio. You know, those are the two supports. When it comes to popularity, really dwindle down. We look into the head-to-head, and this is the captain from NGX Draw, right? Like he is the most tenured guy of the group, and he earned the moniker quick draw whenever he goes for the plays. However, on the other side, DY is also so good, especially on the Gragas. Above 90% win rate all throughout the season. Man, oh man, you cannot give him his Gragas.
Yeah. And having
로하로하
Gragas
어서
is really good for
오세요.
teams, at least if ever they take that off. Most of the time, whenever you're facing a Nautilus versus Alistar, it's most likely favored for the Alistar just because of the ultimate available for them. Now, let's take a look at the other head-to-head that we have. It's Yetzi and Aaron in the mid lane. Very different players and also very different playstyles. And the surprise factor of Aaron here in the mid lane should be looked at. Because remember, many times we have seen him pick up an Ahri, pick up a Seraphine, even pick up a Twisted Fate in the mid lane just for them to snowball. And that is pretty much needed here in a best of one. The surprise factor is going to be needed so much just because it's a best of one. You're not going to be meeting each other anyway after this. On the King of the Hill, yes, but on a best of one, you just need to win.
For sure, right? Like, best of one is where you can really surprise your opponent because there is no way for them to counter whatever strategy that you have in store for them because there's no game two or there's no game three in store for or that your opponent can do something about it. And yeah, talking about Aaron, his Twisted Fate will be very vital because as we remember, 0711 is a very good Evelyn user. We look into the Dragon Laner and we have Demon Kite, the best Dragon Laner marksman that we have here in the Philippines, going against the former mid laner of J Team. Looking at their playstyle, it's very different, right? Like Pan really favors those AP champions. Ziggs is that champion that we have under the radar in the past few weeks, but because of the patch 4.2b changes in where there's another buff towards the Ziggs, I'm expecting Pan to really just go all in and prioritize the champion.
Surprised about the buffs though for Ziggs, because in the competitive scene, at least Ziggs has seen a lot of play, and most of the time he's always buffed, which is why I'm surprised that Ziggs again gets another buff in 4.2b, and that is going to be favoring Pan here on the side of J Team. But on the side of NGX, I would really love to see some surprise. The one time that I've seen an ADC be able to defeat J Team was when EDG picked up a Vayne on their side. So I'm not surprised if NGX would be able to pull that off because Demon Kite is also a great Vayne player.
Yeah, the Vayne did receive some nerfs though. We have to remember on patch 4.2b there's a huge chunk of health that was taken away from the champion. So what if that will ever happen, I'm pretty sure that J Team will come in prepared. But on the blue side, that is when NGX is very scary, right? Because what they will be doing, or what I expect them to do, is to first pick the Gragas and have it as a flexible option. Not just for draw, but also for Hyde. Hyde is that one player that is willing to play Gragas in the Baron lane.
I mean, if it's going to be a neutral lane or the top lane anyway, it would be good for J Team to, or rather for NGX to do that in the top lane. Because at least Don128 would be kept at bay and not going to be able to scale up right there in the top side, which is really nice if ever that happens for NGX. And that is honestly one of the things that Hyde is good at. Neutralizing a lane, making the other Baron laner not get a lot of resources. But also, one of the big things that I want to see is the stage. So let's go and take a look at the stage.
Okay. It's not the same stage. Yeah, it's a different setup. It's not the same stage that we used to have during the regular season and where the players are facing each other. Yeah. By the way, we do have live audience. Yeah. I believe 1,400 stadium capacity for the audience. I'm just so happy that we have live events again. Dash, this is just so OP. Imagine if we will have a live event here in Southeast Asia, specifically in the Philippines, dude.
Oh, man.
Why not?
If ever this happens, though, I would love to see this. I would love to be on that stage because this stage looks so cool. Because
It is
honestly,
sick.
even if we're just on the sides, I'll be okay with it. Because the
Yeah.
players at least are in front of an audience, and that is what's
Oh
important.
man, true. And now that they are side by side as well, it's kind of the same as the setup with League of Legends PC, right? Like you see the player cams just below them, and so you will see every intense reactions that they will ever have in case a massive play comes out from them or the other way around. So this stage is just the beginning of something new, I guess, for Wild Rift League Asia because man, oh man, it's a very sick stage. But more to that later. For now, we are seeing every single one of them already set and ready. J Team, we have to give them the moniker or the tag of being the most academic team out of the 4 teams that we do have here. In fact, maybe out of all the teams that has joined WRL Asia, because when it comes to being controlled and sticking with their win condition, J Team is the best.
I kind of missed this. The playoffs, during the playoffs, we didn't really see a lot of priority on the Akali. And this is the patch where Akali should be good. Because if we're on the marksman meta, assassins are just going to be up there. But we didn't see a lot of Akalis. We've seen a lot of Zeris and a lot of Kaisas in the mid lane. But now they're prioritizing the Akali just because they don't want to see that in the mid lane. I already know what they want to do here on the side of NGX. They want to pick a mid laner that is maybe a Kaisa or a Corki.
Yeah, double marksman for sure, right? Like the heavy priority on the Kaisa has been the few things that happened during the playoff stage. However, the biggest concern I do have there is, are you willing to give up the Gragas of DY? I mean, Gragas of DY is almost always certain an auto win condition for J Team just because of the amount of plays that he does on the champion. He's everywhere. He's the support player that when you give the Gragas over to him, he will most likely do the right decisions every single time out.
Ooh, surprised to see the Jax getting banned. This is going to be a Gragas pick, as you said. Because the MGX would love draw on that Gragas, but Camille, yeah, I forgot about the Camille. Camille being a priority for NGX would also be a good pickup just for them to get good, maybe split pushes even. And considering that the Garen is not going to be picked a lot because of the Hullbreaker nerfs, Camille is a good pick here.
The concern I do have about this Camille pickup is it going to just Chi? Is it going to hide, right? Like, those are the two options. I mean, there is an off chance that it will go over to Aaron, but it's a very good pick by itself, right? I'm just a little bit concerned as to how NGX did prepare for this best of 1 because we have to remember that Hyde is one of the best weak side Baron laners that we have, and on the Camille, you cannot really be on the weak side. You have to be prioritized because she's resource heavy and she's effective when she's ahead.
Oh no, that's bad too because the Renekton is going to be picked on the other side. And that's the perfect counter against a Camille. The adaptive defenses could just get cancelled by one ruthless predator. So J Team really got this in the bag just because of the first 3 picks. The Gragas and the Kaisa too together with it just is an extra icing on top of the cake.
Nothing surprising so far, right? J Team even managing banning out the champions that will be able to help accelerate the game in the favor of Enigma Galaxy. I expect the last ban of J Team to also target Just Chi just because of how good this guy is. And the amount of respect he's getting from the CN teams is also a revelation by itself. Kha'Zix could also be the next ban here by J Team. We'll see though, because right now, NGX still has the option to flex this Camille over to the jungle. We have to remember that there is a minor buff towards the Camille jungle, additional 30% damage on the Hextech sweep or tactical sweep, if I'm not mistaken. So that is something that, is still an option for NGX.
Yeah, that's honestly a good buff though. If ever Jashi's gonna be the one picking that up on their side. But looking at J Team, they're expecting the Aatrox to get picked on this second phase, and banning that because of their recent buffs is gonna be good because at least they don't really have a lot of options for Jashi. The only option that I can see here, maybe a Kair in the jungle and Olaf could be a possibility here for Jashi.
I'm really not a fan of Olaf, especially if there is a Gragas on the other side, because again, you can just do isolation work, right? Isolation plays. in where you throw the explosive cask towards the other members, not on Olaf, to really separate him from his crowd or from his group. Now, Enigma Galaxy, what would they go and choose? Oh man, okay, so Yone is a champion that was heavily nerfed during patch 4.2, and that I think is the reason why Yone's popularity for the players here in Wildcraft League Asia playoff stage really has dwindled down, really has lessened. Now they're going for the double marksman composition. It does look like that this Yone is going to be the jungle.
Yeah, going for the Yone in the jungle just because of the nerfs recently. It's not going to be as fast, and J-Team goes with a fast sweep with an Evelyn on their side. And remember, every time he picks this up, the other team just doesn't know what to do against an Evelyn.
It's a big concern, especially not having Twisted Fate to counter it.
Oh man, this is really hard. Even having two marksmen on your side, Lucian is really not the best come late game. And that is what you expect whenever J-Team picks up a Kaisa on their side. And the only early game champion that they have here is going to be the Jace. And Jace most of the time is enough, especially in the first bouts. But an Evelyn doesn't fight on the first battles. Evelyn fights after the second the second dragon comes in. And that is when J-Team is just going to pop off after this.
The stage is set, the stage is ready. Map number 1, best of 1 between J-Team and Enigma Galaxy. I know for sure that Enigma Galaxy has written down the fact that J-Team loves their Evelyn. And 0711 is a very good Evelyn user. But the question is this 5-man stack of Enigma Galaxy enough to face the wrath of the Evelyn? Because we all know that whenever they get their, whenever J-Team gets their hands on towards the Evelyn, what he does is to go for the flank plays, go for, unexpected plays. And so if you are Enigma Galaxy, you kind of have to check your corners. You kind of have to check everything before even starting an objective.
Yep. Now with Enigma Galaxy, just wanting to get that early game in their favor because of these two champions that they have, the Camille and the Lucian would be very helpful in this early game. But on the other hand, the other side wants to do this with this early. Look at this. Early going on to their blue buff. At least on the other side, NGX knows what to do.
Very early invade. That would net them an advantage on towards the blue buff. Hyde is here to challenge. He's just trying to be that nuisance against 0711, but 0711 will still be able to snag away the blue buff.
Yeah, because of that, they lost a lot of capabilities in lane. But now on the bot lane, Sauce has been used already. And Don128 might get tied here. Here comes the Pulverize coming out. Ruthless Predator is going to be there to get some damage. And Draw would be able to take it. And Just She gets the first blood.
Very good tower juggling. Draw knows that he can only accept one tower shot, especially at this early stages. At level 1, Draw. Oh man, his IQ, his game knowledge is really on point. And GX gets the first blood, a very important one. And also gifting it over towards their carry jungler in Just G.
The only good thing here for J-Team is that on the top side, they have been taking some plates. And Hyde hasn't been getting a lot of resources even if for that loss. The only trade-off is Don128 also is in the same pickle as what Hyde is doing right now. At least Hyde rotated around the mid lane just for him to get some gold himself. Now on the top side, Draw just tries to push him back with a Pulverize.
3 plates already completed or already taken here by J-Team, and this is massive. I think same can be said for NGX here in the bot lane, but then again, when it comes to being able to clear the minions at the early stages of the game, Renekton is a lot better than the Camille, and that I think is the reason why, Renekton is a perfect champion to play for Hyde or to pick for Hyde, just because, he can be left by himself as a weak side.
Lot top side, Draw goes in for the headbutt, not gonna get any kills. Demon Kite is now gonna be dove by Pawn. A lot of damage from the towers. Yet see, they're juggling around the towers. 0711 gets that kill in the end. It's gonna be J-Team takes 2 after that 1 kill in the bot lane.
And now is in the position to take down the first tower pre-3 minutes. Okay, J-Team is still respective of any retaliation coming from NGX, but what a massive play coming from J-Team. Just this perfect tower dive. Level 5 Evelyn is so scary, right? Like, oh man, the layering of damage by J-Team is just on point as well. Pan knows that he needs to disengage. 1 flash is enough, and there you go. No counter kill, no return kill whatsoever.
Yeah, Honestly, that's the biggest thing. And now with that, the 1k gold lead here for the side of J Team, just because of that one. Now with NGX slowly getting enshrouded in the darkness, which is J Team. They don't even know where the Evelyn is, and 0711 has an idea that, man, they might go to the top side. Knockups comes in. Just she has the ultimate though. Base Seal is gonna be there, gonna be knocking him out, and he's not gonna be able to move. The explosive cast just to buy some time, and DY falls.
Alright. We are even in kills right now, and that's a good play coming from NGX as a response, but 0711 not yet done.
Yeah. In. Last caress not gonna hit on the right target, and that's gonna be it. Yetzi goes in!
Wow.
He was able to get one. And Yetzi is gonna follow through. They have some damage. Aaron's gonna be here to deal some damage, and Lucian's gonna be flashing in. Yetzi's gonna be chased down. He has a lot, and just she doesn't fall. Was enough for them to survive, and Pawn tries to go in, and it's not enough for him to deal damage. The burst is not there yet, and J Team loses 2, or rather 3 on that bout on top side.
Wait, that's Aaron getting triple kill. And he's so accelerated right now.
Oh,
Draw
no.
has to be careful.
No. Lost that kill. J Team now at least equalizes that on that fight.
Oh man, this matchup between NGX and J Team, it's so explosive kill counts wise. 5-4, 5 kills in favor of Nigma Galaxy, 4 towards J Team. But the most important part here is that one of the carries of Nigma Galaxy, Aaron, from the mid lane, was just able to get 3 kills for himself. Safe to say that if it will ever be a side lane duel between Pan and Aaron, Aaron takes the cake.
No objective just yet. In J Team, even wants to fight Aaron here on the top side. He already has a Black Cleaver, which is going to be really helpful, especially in the first objectives. Once he uses the culling, it's going to be bad for the side of J Team. Now, what can they do? They have early game advantage here for the side of NGX. 2-0-2 on Just She. That's a big advantage for their side, and this could really help them out on this first objective.
Yeah, 2-0 in 1. Immortal Shield Bow already completed. Meanwhile, on the other side, 0711, no first item yet. Oh man, never mind the nerfs that the unit received. If you are this accelerated alongside Aaron, Nigma Galaxy is poised to dominate the early game. Okay, and engaged by DY, forced to disengage right away. As soon as he saw Just Chi, it's time to just skadoodle away.
Yeah, they have the Unbreakable Will also down on the side of NGX. They can be chased down top side. Hextech Ultimatum! An explosive cast is not there to be able to help them out. And this comes the last caress from 0711, but they're going for the fight. Tide is going to be able to get some damage. They had the body slam. The knock coming in from Just Chi is enough and done. 1-8 wants to go for Hyde. Might be able to get the kill. Was able to flash away, and here comes Raw. He got killed. Here comes the hammer from Pawn, but it's not enough for them to get more. Don 1-8 has their root predator, but the knockup coming from Just Chi is able to get them down, and no dragons on the side of JT.
Just Chi is just a madman. And man, that's a very crucial knockup, knocking up 2. It all started with a very good catch coming from Hyde. This is something that you cannot take away from a Camille. 1 Hextech Ultimatum, instant lockdown, instant assassination onto one member, but DY doing everything that he can to set up, and we all know that Jace is so scary at the stages of the game. Don 1-8, the juggling continues, right? Like, okay, we're going to just continue to have this long drawn-out team fight, setting up the stage for that 2-man knockup coming from Just Chi.
This is big for NGX, and also because the dragon was not taken by J-Team just yet, it's gonna be very big. The only thing that's good for J-Team there was they got the Rift Herald themselves, and now they can threaten the push in the mid lane. With NGX going for the dragon, getting some extra ability haste, that honestly is a good trade, but towering the mid lane is down, and top side 2 has been taken.
Tempo advantage, J-Team being able to get that Rift Herald was massive. But the dragon heads over to NGX, and the scaling of the Ice Dragon is going to help out all this marksman that they have. It's not just that the marksman will scale up, right? Even the Camille, even the Yona is also good. It's Gaming Champion.
Yeah,
good
that
catch.
fate shield, sealed fate on Yeti, but the, oh, what was that?
More?
Killer Instinct's not going to be able to help him out. It's going to be taking some time. Pawn is going to be running away. A lot of damage coming from Aaron. He doesn't have any more mana, but he was able to flash in. And this is going to be the last one. DY with the body slam to run away. But at least NGX was able to get a 2-0.
0711 though, again, the assassin jungler. Man, his damage should be respected.
The heart on his head, and here it comes. Lascaris is at the ready, but it's not enough for them to get the kill. And NGX punishes 0711. Here comes on 128. One by one, they have been going at it. But is it going to be enough? Demon Kai's going to fall with a call to Meek. Jashi was met by Don 128. The Predator was able to get 2, and he chumps them out.
Yeah, one by one, J-Team was still able to do what is necessary to even out that trade, right? Like, oh man, I kind of want to commend NGX being so ready against the Evelyn. Exhaust right away to mitigate some damage, but they did not expect that the next Predator will come right after. The Renekton with full rage is just so scary. We're looking to that engage once again. The layering of CCs. Getsi could not play the Wild Rift game at all. And man, what an explosive way to start our final stage. Both of them just butting heads, just trading kills. And it's just living up to the expectations that this final stage is all about the best teams here in the world, in Asia right now. Oh man.
I love that Aaron and Jeshi has been performing really well during this game. They're the reasons why they have been getting a lot of these kills from the side of NGX. And even during this last battle, Don 128 just tried to equalize the losses that they had during that fight. And also the reason why the Evelyn wasn't able to get the kill there was because 0711 was exhausted when he used the last curse. It could have been a double kill.
Yeah. Like the exhaust was massive. DY cancelled.
Great pop.
Okay, but the body slam, just enough. He was able to get higher ground. And so now NGX, again, their goal here is to stack up those dragons. We all know the 3 dragon win condition will always be there. But looking at the gold, J-Team is now enjoying still a very good and decent amount of gold lead just because of the tower advantages that they already have, 2-0.
Yeah. And now with this advantage they had, though, NGX, just make sure that this 2 carries. Oh, Aaron was able to run away with just 1 dash, and DY lost his flash before the next objective.
Okay. 3711 will be spotting Draw, but we know that Draw still has access to the ultimate. 3 towers already for J-Team, and this is the J-Team that we know, right? Like, macro-wise, they're one of the best in the world right now. They're one of the best here in WRL Asia, and they're just showing every bit of it when it matters.
Yeah, even in the kills department, even if they're losing against NGX, look at the gold lead that they have just because of the towers that they've taken down from the side of NGX. And this is going to be a big advantage going forward because, as we said during the start of this tournament, J-Team is really good at taking their objectives, and the Evelyn just needs to go for a fight on the second objective. And on the second objective, they're not going to fail.
Yeah, 4-1 and 4 for both the mid laner and the jungler for NGX. Is it enough though to secure that second dragon? We all know that J-Team, especially with having, especially with 0711 on the Evelyn, he can definitely be that nuisance and be able to steal that second dragon. We all know that, you know, an Evelyn can come from different angles because of the stealth. So NGX has to be worried, has to be prepared that when the Evelyn shows up, they can go all in with the Alistar or the Camille.
Yeah, what I'm scared of here for J-Team is Jeshi is one of the on par with Long when it comes to the 50-50 smite battles. Most of the time, he always wins. So I'm scared for 0711 here because every time he goes for a 50-50, he almost always loses it whenever it comes to this Evelyn. But right now, we're in the finals. J-Team should be ready on what Jashi could pull through here.
The fight is going to be hard for NGX with the amount of pokes that comes from Yetzi. And also this Jace from Pan. Oh man, massive advantage. Patience-wise, if J-Team does not go over eager, they should have the better control here in this Mountain Dragon team fight. I mean, you look at the lanes, NGX needs to push them over. The package is going to set to expire soon. 0711 finding the angle right now.
Yep. Starting out, NGX wants to get this dragon. They don't need to give it to the side of J-Team, but J-Team also wants to get it. Don 128 is just keeping them at bay by being a threat in the bot lane. They could converge onto the backline if ever they want to. Hyde goes in with a Hextech ultimatum. Aaron's here to help him out. He takes some time, but Don 128, the flash in is going to be there. Aaron was able to flash in. Don 1 is going to pull down, but on the other hand, though, Draw is taking some time there. Pawn was able to get a stasis on the right time. A lot of the members of NGX are already low in HP, and NGX needs to regroup before he starts again. The pulverize from Draw was able to get 1 kill in J-Team. Looking at it, they're taking their time. The knockup coming in from Jashi was able to get the members. J-Team would be able to take the dragon. No, never mind. NGX was able to take it, and they lost that fight against J-Team.
Crazy team fighting. Scrying Bloom is going to spot 0711. No engage, no re-engage. Available for a J team, and man, in the end, just she even survives just enough to take down the tower here in the bot lane. Massive win for Enigma Galaxy. We're looking to that replay once again. A very easy to execute play coming from NGX. Don 1 to 8 shows up, Hexic Ultimatum to follow through, Aaron being far ahead in tempo, has enough damage to kill down the Renekton, and 0711's impact this game has been mitigated by the supreme team fighting by Enigma Galaxy.
Enigma Galaxy has been really good in this fight. The way they use it, especially Just the knock-up here was perfect, and the reason why they won that 3v4 time and time again when it comes to those knock-ups, not even the Fate Seal, he's gonna perform. And because they got the dragon again, the J team now is on a big disadvantage here.
Yeah, like, two dragons, Mounted Dragon, Ice Dragon, gold lead still on in the favor of J team, but this is as close as you can get. This is as close as you can hope for if you're an APAC fan, an APAC hopeful, a faithful, right? Like against the #1 team of CN, and GX is doing every bit of good things for them to be close when it comes to tempo, and maybe even at this point with all the scaling champions that they have, I dare say it, they are ahead.
Yep, super ahead. Even if the gold is there, just count the dragons together, they have better stats compared to J team. So this could be the thing that they can use in order for them to drive this to a win, if ever. And draw has been a good element to it. They go ahead, goes for the headbutt, and here it comes!
Kt.Ry.
The body slam, the counter from the side of J team. They were able to survive, and now they're crumbling through the pressure. But at least J team was able to get that, and now the Baron is in their sights.
Oh man, and we all know that Baron is so easy to execute, especially if you have a Kai'Sa that can just shred down this Baron, and GX is now being forced to face check.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. They don't have any vision. This side of the map, here comes a body slam to counter hide. They're ruthless predator to lock him down. They don't have the ultimate coming in from Jutsi. They don't have the Fate Seal, so they can't go in. At least they stopped them from taking the Baron.
Yeah, Hexic Ultimatum easily gets cancelled by the stasis play coming from Don 1 to 0711. Not yet done. Okay, hide.
The time is right. Now they're going to be seeing hide here. Jushi's going to be fighting a 1v1, but Kt.Ry was able to get that stasis in. They have the last caress at the ready. Jushi's going to fall, and that's going to be the signal right here of J team.
Yeah, but they don't have enough health bars. Means that J team needs to reset, needs to go home, and draw knows it. Wants to get ahead of Yetzi. He will be able to push him away.
Yeah, you don't have the killer instinct now, though. So Yetzi was at least able to flash away. That's going to be the safety. Draw used his flash during that fight. That's bad.
True. Like, I think he messed up his combo for sure, right? Like, if he was able to connect that headbutt into the pulverize, it could be an opening that NGX wanted.
Time now.
J team though is pressuring. Oh, Aaron! Less than half health immediately with just one combo.
Oh no, almost got the kill there. Now Draw needs to decide if ever he wants to go here. They don't have any capabilities of going. And here comes the TP. They might be able to make a miracle still here. Yes, they were! And NGX was able to get it. Demon Kite with the missile was able to get the Baron for the team.
Crazy miracle play coming from NGX with Demon Kite being able to steal that Baron. All the momentum shifts over to the APAC team. NGX against all odds, with Just Chi teleporting in, no smite needed if you have Demon Kite in your team.
Oh wow, Demon Kite, that was perfect. Now the Baron is down. J team doesn't have any pressure anymore. They have the Dragon back. Ocean Dragon is gonna be here, but NGX is already in position. J team knows that they don't have any capabilities of fighting against NGX right now, so they're waiting for that Baron to dwindle down. Now they're already in position. They want to get some kills. They even have the package on their side.
Right, with a quadruple scaling lineup on your team with a triple stacked dragon. Oh, this is the dream for NGX. They are all well on their way to get that first win against J team. DY in trouble.
DY is gonna fall. Stace is gonna be there. The time is ticking, and he's gonna be dead. NGX, are they doing it? They haven't met, and here we are. NGX are fighting back-to-back against J-Team, and J-Team is now on a disadvantage, an uncomfortable position for them.
Now they can just take this tower here in mid lane, just push their advantage all across the board. 3 dragons, multiple towers, gold advantage towards NGX. J team knows that they're on the back foot, and NGX on the other hand knows that they are well on their way to secure an upset, as I would say, right? Like the number 1 team from APAC, the number 1 team from CN. First win heading over to NGX. What a story to behold.
They're introducing themselves to J-Team because during the times in the bracket, they haven't seen each other. And now that they've met, this is how they show it. They show J-Team that they're a strong contender in the APAC scene. Now, Elder Drake is going to be up. They have Triple Drake. NGX has nothing to fear. And as you said, they have a scaling lineup. And with these champions, they can do this easily.
Oh man, like even Don 128 can easily get targeted here by Hyde. Wisely, Don 128 uses the blast cone to jump over the wall. D-Wise engage is going to be very vital here. Elder Dragon can still even out the advantage of NGX, but can they do it? Can J-Team steal this Elder Dragon from NGX?
Look at the pressure coming in from Draw. He needs to regenerate. The Warmugs needs to be ticked before this happens. They're taking their time. The members of NGX withdraw already. They're regenerating with the Warmugs armor. J-Team are just pushing them back. And I'm pretty sure that J-Team is not going to continue this because Hyde's pressure in the mid lane. They lost the turret, and that's big.
Top side, Hyde doing everything that, you know, Camille needs to do in the late game. Yeah. Oh man, NGX. They're just baiting. They're just using this Elder Dragon as a distraction so that Hyde can do his thing.
Yeah, Hyde was able to really push back Don 128. The time is now, and the time is nigh. Elder Dragon is going to be taken by the side of J-Team. What a good steal coming from their side. NGX need to fight them back. They need to win this fight in order for them to win. The last 2 members standing for the side of J-Team are still alive and kicking, and they still have the Elder Drake.
2 members having that Elder Dragon is still massive for J-Team, but NGX with with 3 people alive, can they do it?
Yeah, they might be able to go for it. Draw. Now half HP might fall down. They're taking their time here, but they're just pushing the minion waves on the side of NGX. 1 more hit from DY could have been the death of Aaron, but it's a good thing they called for back.
Yeah, he healed for sure. The best play here is to just be patient.
Good play.
Oh, Aaron?
Yeah, push back. Stasis is gonna be there. I think this is a dead DY. He's dead.
Wow. That means that only 1 member from J-Team has the buff. Oh, again, that quick draw moment, right? Whenever you think you're safe, Draw will go for that quick draw play and be that engager that NGX needed. And so now, NGX is still in the driver's seat for sure, right? Like, with all the people alive and with only Renekton having that Elder Dragon buff, all you have to do is to kite away from the Renekton. But again, when it comes to team fighting, J-Team has shown that they can win this late game team fights.
Yep. NGX, now 0711 has the mission. He needs to kill somebody before they start. This Draw is already in front of everybody. He's already on 1/4 of his HP. 1 more kill from 0711. He might fall down. Last Taurus is going to be there. He tries to kill on the support, but it's not going to happen. 0711, because of that, he's dead. And NGX got the advantage right there. It's a 4v4 still. 1 is dead. They might be possible for them to win this, but Judgy goes in for the knockup. It's not yet done for the side of NGX. They just need to play the map if ever they want to win this.
They can push. They can push. They can push. They still have 1 cannon minion here in the mid lane. No. Okay, unfortunate for them. Wait, just cheat. Going for the play.
Yeah, they have the GA on Don 128. That's why he's confident that he can go for the fight there. Draw goes in for the stun, but it's still not enough. No explosive gas on DY. Could have been a knockup from them. But Joshi, he's looking for a great knockup before they start this fight. They're pushing them back on the bottom side of the map, but NGX wants to get this tower. There's a lot of minions on the bot side. They might be able to take it down really fast, and this is going to be a tower down onto the side now. NGX needs to back away. They don't need to be impatient. They're just playing the map.
For sure, right? Like, you have 3 dragons on your side. You have the scaling advantage, composition-wise. So, if you're NGX, all you have to do is play patient, because regardless of what time it is, you will have the advantage.
Yeah.
Oh man, even the inhibitors, even the inhibitor here in the bot lane won't respawn anymore. The mid lane though is another story. It will respawn. So Nigma Galaxy would just have that Camille split push, and as a unit, if you have 4 members of NGX on your side stacked together, they still have the advantage team fight wise.
have been losing on this J Team 0711 hasn't been able to execute the right targets. The pressure is
Negative
going on
4K.
him. I was expecting him to actually get a lot of executions here, but the start could be on the side of NGX. Now with J Team, doesn't have a lot of vision on this side of the map. They only have one on that Kt.Ry on the top side, so NGX could utilize this to get a kill against J Team.
The plays by NGX to be able to control this Evelyn that has haunted all the CN teams so far here in the playoffs. NGX is just so prepared.
Oh, starts it out with the faces on their side though, NGX. Oh, they got the kill already.
Pan's
One!
dead.
And this is gonna be the chance though. Onto the back line, they have one. Done once away, so already in front. But 0711 is gonna die inside of Hyde. Hyde is doing wonders for the team here, and he's taking down the back line. DY might fall, and this could be the chance here. They push them back. This is gonna be a 3v5. They need to clear the wave. Dry is just pushing them back, and NGX introduce themselves to the top 1 team of the CN conference. NGX won against J Team.
That's a best of 1, a 1-0 win column, 1 win, 0 loss for Enigma Galaxy. Meanwhile, the #1 CN team, oh man, they did not expect that hook, right, coming from the Filipino team. Massive win, massive advantage on the jungle side. We did say that when it comes to the carry jungler, 0711 is someone to look out for in the CN conference, but same can be said for APAC. The #1 carry jungler from APAC is Just Chi himself.
Just Chi and Aaron has performed. Even Hyde. Hyde did wonders for the team here. The decisiveness when it comes to entering the fight, especially with the Hextech ultimate, even with the threat of the stasis, it was there. And that was the reason they were able to win a lot of fights, especially during the dragon battles that we had during this game. Hyde was a big element to it. And now, with this, NGX having a win on a round robin on 4 teams is a big, big win. And getting that could potentially put them on 2nd place.
Like, the momentum is on their side, for sure, right? Like, 2nd place is you get 1 round by. Top 1 is not even out of the picture now. After getting that win against J Team, the #1 team from CN, massive confidence booster. The team from APAC is out here on the mission dash, and they just control the Evelyn. Like, oh man. Many times we saw all the engages coming from 0711 and thought that, hey, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity for Evelyn to swoop in, get that kill, and skadoodle away. But you know what's up? There's the Alistar. There's the exhaust. Every single member of NGX knows and prepared for this Evelyn pickup. It's as if they baited J Team to pick up the Evelyn.
Yeah, and picking up the Evelyn was the biggest demise of J Team there, because honestly, having a Lucian, having a Corki, yes, they're very squishy targets, but because the Lucian built Black Cleaver, he has a lot of HP, it's not easy to take him down. And also, they have built-in dashes too on the Corki and the Lucian. That's why it was super hard for 0711 to find any value on that Evelyn pick during that game. We were expecting them to win during the 2nd objective, but NGX proved us wrong, and they were just able to be on top of everything during this whole game.
I was worried that the Camille pickup for NGX won't be as beneficial as potentially the Renekton. We all know that, you know, as a Camille, you have to be on the good side or on the winning matchup. But Hyde stood strong and was going against not just Don 1 to 8 during the early stages, right? It's a 1v2. It was still the weak side. But when it matters, when it comes to being able to pull the trigger against the priority targets, 1 Hextech ultimatum on towards the squishy members of J Team. In the start of the team fight for NGX is just so good. And again, man, I did not expect this. Did you expect this, Cal?
I didn't. I honestly didn't. Also, the big change there for the side of NGX too, I'm surprised with most of the time, is that NGX most of the time are impatient. When they go in, when they want to finish the battle, they're going to be finishing it, try to get the Nexus in. But during that time, that decisive time that they backed away after they saw that they might get taken down by the Elder Drake buffed J Team, that was such a good decision for the team there, because if they did try, they might have been taken down.
All credit has to go to members of NGX. I mean, just she with the multi-man knockups at the end of the team fight, crazy, right? Fate sealed on top of the engages by Draw, right? Like Draw, at one point he was covering all the flanks of Just Chi when Just Chi was on Soul Unbound. And that just goes to show that the communication level of NGX is just on point right now. I've been receiving messages, lots of people spamming me right now. Hey, you know what? Is this happening? Well, this is not scripted at all. It is indeed happening. The number one team from APAC was able to get that first win against the number one team of CN.
And surprisingly, they lost to to a champion that the CN conference has abandoned. The Yone. Yone has been abandoned by the CN conference, and NGX was able to utilize it. J Team for sure wasn't able to practice against the Yone because they didn't expect this champion to actually come out. And that's a big thing here for the side of NGX. That's one of their powers. The powers that they have is that they can surprise the CN conference, and it did happen. And now Just getting the MVP too is just very ironic that this team was able to make use of the nerfed Yone to their side.
Oh, crazy, right? Like, I did not expect the Yone pickup to even be prioritized by any of the teams just because of the massive nerfs on patch 4.1a. But we have to really laud Just Chi. Just Chi, again, was that one APAC player that was scouted by a CN team during Season 0 and is now showing that his talent is really up to par against the best of the best junglers in CN. Just Chi, man, he's so crazy. We will have an interview here, Dash, and I cannot wait for the interview to focus on actually any player, right? Enigma Galaxy is just on fire today.
I honestly want to hear Hyde's thoughts during that game.
Really?
During that last fight, he was fighting against a 2v1 on the mid lane. That was crazy. Big performance from this guy, and I would love to see, or rather, would love to hear his thoughts from what happened during this game. And also, one thing, J Team, they surprisingly lost their composure against NGX.
Yeah, that's the thing. The tempo that they've been playing on is the tempo that NGX loves to play on.
Yeah.
Right? High kill count. During the first 5 minutes of the game, we saw 5 to 4 kill record, and that's where NGX flourish. We've been critical of them and saying, hey, you know what? You go too much on team fights, and do not prioritize the objectives that much. But here in this game, it's a combination of both. They went for the kills, they went for the dragons, scaling to their side, 4 scaling champions on their side. Add to the fact that they added 3 dragons. At that point, their win rate, I would say numbers-wise, was at 95%, right? Like, it's mathematics-wise, right? Stats-wise, it's just so hard to defeat the composition of NGX at that point.
Yeah. Honestly, at that point, when they already got the advantage, when they already got a lot of kills for their side, could have been an easy win for them already. Because remember, during the start of that fight, we've seen a 2-0-1 on Just Chi, a 3-0 on Aaron. And that's a big gap right there from both the junglers and the mid laner from the side of NGX, which I was really surprised of during the start. But now with that, even during the start of the matches, the composure that they had during these big fights is really massive. J Team has been known to be really good at these big fights, but NGX was able to show themselves here and was able to just really converge around J Team during those one.
We've been forgetting one important thing, right? Like, after everything is said and done, there's also that steal coming from Team Kite.
That's true.
That's true. So many positive plays, but we are going to have the captain of NGX interviewed here. Captain Draw.
大家好，我是 Dro。
Thank you so much。那我们中选手今天也是专门学习了一个中文的打招呼的方式。第一个问题呢，想要问到他的是，对于今天这个开门红自己的表现满不满意呢 ？So how was your first day? Are you happy about the way you did that?
Well, for me personally, I played really bad, so I could have done better. But it's fine because we won. It's really great for us.
OK， 那我们中选手说，其实今天他对自己没有非常满意，他认为他前面还是有一些失误的，他觉得他可以在后面的比赛呢做得更好。那么下一个问题想要问到他的是，为什么今天会把这个伊芙琳放给我们对面的0711选手？因为其实伊芙琳对他们这个阵容来讲是一个比较 counter 的一个选择。So why you just release out the Evelyn to their jungler? It's a kind of the counter pick for you guys.
I think Evelyn is a champion that we can handle, so we just give it to them and play our play style.
OK， 我们中国选手说呢，他觉得他们其实是完全可以处理掉就是伊芙琳这个英雄的，所以没有很惧怕就放给了对面。下一个问题想问到的是，今天他们拿到了全部的3条小龙，然后龙团的策略是非常优秀的，想问一下他们在比赛之前有没有针对于这个龙团的策略做一些特殊的准备呢？ So you guys take out the 3 drakes with your guys. So anything you have just prepared before today's matchup about the team fight dragon around the dragon?
We didn't really know that we were gonna take 3 dragons on that game, but on our comp we had Corki, so we prioritized dragon more than with Herald, and we didn't rush things because they have assassins.
OK， 我们中国选手说呢，其实他们今天知道对面就是这个打野对于龙团的掌控是非常好的，所以他们今天在赛前是做了一些调整的。那他们当时也是整个团队当中一直在沟通，就是在龙团的时候呢，自己不要先冲进去打龙团，然后是要等待时机再切入。所以今天他们的龙团的这个胜率非常的高。最后一个问题想要问到的是，下一场要对阵的是非常强势的 KBG 战队，怎么样去期待一下下一场他们自己的一个发挥呢？ So next game you're gonna play against the Quebec Gaming. Anything we can expect here from you guys?
Well, keep an eye out on us because we defeated one of the teams, so we're prepared to face them.
OK， 我们的中国选手说呢，因为其实现在大家这个注意力可能都在于他们的身上，因为他们非常顺利的拿下了第1场比赛嘛，他们呢其实也已经准备好了，会全力以赴，希望大家也可以期待他们的下一场比赛。那我们也再次感谢中国选手，也再次恭喜 NGX 拿下了首胜。那以上就是我们赛后采访的全部内容了。接下来呢，为各位准备了一些赛场的即时花絮，一起来看一下吧。
That was nice. That was nice to see. I mean, for the side of NGX, though, have it being very humble and telling them in the end that, watch out, guys, watch out for us.
Yeah, Dash, final thoughts. Like, we were right? Like, it was baited out. Evelyn, you go ahead and pick it, and we can handle it. Dash.
Honestly, that was a really great performance coming from NGX. As you said, the bait was real. And now, we're just going to be taking a short break, everybody, before we head into the next match. See you guys in just a bit.
Name's Horn. No further pleasantries needed. All I need is myself and hammer.
Past is done and the present is back here. Would APAC be able to trample against KBG? One has done it. NGX was able to win against J-Team, but now the next, Roaster-Y against KBG. Would this be a different story? But again, we're still going to be your casters. My name is Dash and I'm here with Autolux.
Like, every battle is an uphill battle, right? Like, every battle can just easily be categorized as a David versus Goliath matchup. This is also going to follow the same trend
Yeah.
because we have to be honest. Although Kt.Ry has really solidified themselves as the must-watch team coming from APAC, we still have to talk about KBG and how they are the gods of WRLA Season 1. During group stages, only one loss. That was against Nova. During the playoffs, after suffering that first defeat against Nova, they were able to crawl themselves from the lower bracket, and now we are seeing them here in action as the number 2 seed coming from CM. But
Yeah.
for Kt.Ry, same can be said. Number 1 team from APAC, but number 2 team for APAC during playoffs.
Yeah, what I'm really scared of here for the side of roster, why we have deemed them as one of the teams that play really slow compared to a lot of the other APAC teams that we have. And that's the reason why they have been putting themselves up there. But now, let's take a look at the stage again and the introduction of our players right here on the stage. And they are back. I'm surprised that this is really fast that they're already on stage.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, are we
Swap-
going to
swap
enter a
about.
break? Are we going to enter a break? Because I've been seeing, a lot of all the players already set and already raring to start the game. And talking about Kt.Ry, the biggest development that we have to talk about is that they are now using Haku and Haku's experience instead of fielding in Zero. Now, when it comes to the champion choices for Haku, I believe Kt.Ry prefers Haku when they are going for the double scaling composition. For example, the double marksman, or they will not hesitate to pick up the mage like the Ziggs and put Haku on towards the dragon lane. So that's the flexibility and the new element of Ry that we were able to witness during the playoff stage. But here in the final stage, now that that's already pretty much documented, and against KBG, I'm 100% sure that KBG is already ready for whatever playstyle Kt.Ry will bring.
I'm also surprised that we're already here really fast, and I love it. And
You love
it's
it?
a best
Okay,
of
me
one.
too.
They're already set up, right? And now, here, look at the respect that they still have for the Ashe. Even until now, even including the Zaya ban?
Zaya?
What? Okay, what are your thoughts about this, though? Why? They're afraid of Luna.
Yeah, Luna. Luna being that player that can play almost anything, but it still is a surprise to us because we know Corki, we know Kaisa, Ashe even as the best ADCs to respect during the best. But Zaya it could mean that KBG is scouting Kt.Ry's practice so far, and they have figured out, hey, you know what? They are going to bring out Zaya, so might as well just take it away from them.
Yeah. This is gonna be it. Gragas getting picked up. This is a CN conference special. Getting a Gragas again and again is gonna be good for them. But now, the reaction, the immediate reaction during the start of the playoffs is always gonna be an Alistar and not as much as the Nautilus getting picked up.
Oh, Ziggs. Okay. We talked about this, Dash, as
Yeah.
one of the priority picks that we firmly believe as number 1 pick or
Ooh, no way.
oh yeah, like this is okay. KBG is just getting whatever they want to get. This is the champ. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that KBG would get Zeri for Unrun 9. That Tone would be piloting the Shen. KG would be piloting the Fiora, because when it comes to champion pool and what they used frequently during the group stages, these are the 3 champions that got picked up by KBG.
Yeah, getting Defy in is it good? I'm not surprised. I'm not sure if it's good on this first 3 pickups on the side of KBG, but I'm really seeing something for the side of roster why they want to get easy pickups with the Mega Inferno Bomb, and they need to ban the Zeri if they want to survive this next phase of banning.
Yeah, Zeri is that one champion.
Oh no.
Okay. Kt.Ry can pick it for themselves. They're on the red side, meaning they can take the Zeri for themselves, leaving Unrun 9 to go for potentially an assassin. Garen is also an option for KBG back in the day, but we have to remember that Hullbreaker RIP in patch 4.2b, right? Like, it just got destroyed by a huge
Yeah.
nerf. Kt.Ry would be the one to go for the Garen. Okay.
Goes for the Garen. I'm gonna be surprised if they lock this in. What is the next item after the first Black Cleaver if you pick up this Garen? Are you just gonna go tanky? Yeah, I think the Lux. Remember, there are adjustments from the Lux, right?
Oh, it's massive. It's massive. We also have seen the Lux be built tanky in the CN server, right? Like that's one of the trends so far. So
Yeah.
that could also come out in about here. But KBG is just going for the double scaling composition, going for the Lucian here in the mid lane, and the Corki as well. Now Kt.Ry, even though that they have the Ziggs, what's their curveball? What's their surprising pick here in game number 2? Because you have to remember. Yeah, but laning wise, I feel that Zeri would have a lot of a hard time here in the mid lane because we know what's about to happen here. Kt.Ry would put Haku on the Ziggs, would put Luna on the Zeri, and then Zeri would be solo mid lane. So there's just a small lane swap happening in the first few minutes of this game, and yeah, we'll see.
It's gonna be hard though,
Wait,
especially
is
for
Luna
the
going to play the Ziggs?
Oh, that's more interesting though. If Luna is gonna be the one playing the Ziggs, I'm not gonna be surprised if Haku is gonna go side lane at first, and the mid lane is gonna be against Unbrawn with this Lucian, because it's okay. Good. That's a good
It's kind of
swap. That's a good
yeah,
bait.
it's kind of
That's a good.
So this is what Kt.Ry has fully utilized ever since they subbed out Zero, because we all know that Zero, he's so good on the assassin pickups. One of the most notable wins of Kt.Ry was against EDG and was Zero on the Akali on the Zed, but because of his strength on the assassin, they get easily telegraphed by their opponents, and so now they went with Haku, going for that double scaling composition. The win condition is always going to be there. Daw would play the Engager Initiator for Kt.Ry, but just looking at the lineup that KBG has right now, like comfort-wise, 10 out of 10.
Yep. And I'm really loving this, especially that the Taun has the Shen. This is one of the best jungler that they can have on the side of KBG. It's a Shen
I know.
on the Taun, and that's just perfect. And now with this, could we see a very big difference here now for the side of KBG? Would them being on their comfort be enough for them to win against Ry? Because remember, the last time they met, it was a 2-0 that KBG was able to win against Ry.
It was a very clean 2-0 as well. KBG just superior in all facets of the game during the group stages. But now that we are on the final stage, we saw how NGX surprised everyone and getting that first win against the number 1 team from CN and the J team. So if you're Kt.Ry, you kind of want to ride that momentum and you kind of want to follow the footsteps of NGX.
That they want to go for here. For the side of KBG, what they would really need is to get an easy level 5 for their jungler. And now on the side of this Vi with the easy wave clear for the side of Ry, they would also want that. But I could see a potential gang coming from the top side once it goes for level 4. Compared to the Shen, it would be way better for them to gain advantage in this early game.
Yeah, and oftentimes like you kind of need to
어서 오세요. 로하.
level 5 because
자, 도 선수 정글링 완전 깔끔하죠.
advantage that you have. So
오른쪽 위에 인터페이스 바뀌었는데 새로 바뀐 거 신기한 것 같아요. 자, 오늘 제가 이제 중계를 하면서 조금 그 게스트를 한 분 이제 모셔봤거든요. 그래서 이제 게스트분도 한번 이렇게 초대를 해볼게요.
It's just gonna be impossible for him to fight a 1v1 against it. And it's honestly not easy to be able to just farm easily in the mid lane because the Lucian is just gonna hack away at you.
yeah, that's the concern I do have, right? Like, and you know what? If it's the other way around, what? Yeah, if it was the other way around, I would still be scared because KBG having access on the Zeri
근데 확실히 롤스터와이가 그 사이드 챔피언을 노리는 전략을 많이 하거든요. 그래가지고 우선은 좀 움직임이 어떻게 갈지가 좀 관건일 것 같습니다.
Numbers coming from this solo laner that won them that series against Thundertalk.
NGX랑 네 한번 격돌을 했었죠. 그래서 그 아시아 태평양 지역에서 두 팀 올라오고 그 다음에 중국 팀에서 두 팀 올라와서 네 팀끼리 이제 마지막 최종 라운드를 하는 거예요. 이거는 조금 쉽지 않은데 근데 확실히 KBG가 그러니까 KBG가 운영적으로 되게 편한 게 쉔이 있다 보니까 그냥 이제 무슨 일 한쪽 투자한다 싶으면 바로 공 타주면 돼가지고 이게 조합이 정말 까다로운 것 같아요. 만약에 용 싸움 난다, 뭐 오브젝 싸움 난다라고 하면은 코르키가 있고, 네, 코르키가 있고 그 코르키도 있고 심지어 쉔도 있으니까 너무 이 한타가 좋아지는 거죠. 그냥 사이드 대치하면서 이제 운영하다가 그냥 바로 합류해주면 돼가지고 맞아요. 근데 NGX가 4대3으로 그때 이겼었고요. 롤스터와이가 그때 전략이 아니었어요. 근데 이제 그 코치님 말씀으로는 NGX가 요즘 좀 강해졌다라고 하시긴 하네요. 네, 좋죠. KBG가 약간 좀 골드 수급이 좀 우세한 상황입니다. 네, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 자, 우선은 그 시청자분께 소개드리자면은 이제 그 놀자 코치님의 소개로 이제 와일드리프트 좀 재밌게 즐겨주신 롤스와이 팬분이 있으시다고 하셔서 이렇게 좀 같이 진행하게 됐어요. 반갑습니다.
안녕하세요.
네.
와일드리프트에서 이제 서포터 가고 있는 할리퀸이라고 합니다.
네, 반갑습니다. 지금
반가워요. 네네.
네, 그 화면은 지금 제가 띄워드릴까요? 아니면 따로 보고 계시는 게 편할까요?
그 생방송으로 제가 볼게요.
네, 일단 혹시 모르니까 싱크가 안 맞을 수 있으니까 제가 일단 따로 띄워드릴게요. 잠시만요. 이걸로 보면은 안 보이시죠? 잠시만요. 오케이. 자, 쉽지 않네요. 루나 선수의 그러니까 루나 선수의 팬이라고 들었어요.
네네네. 저 루나 선수님 제일 좋아합니다.
그렇군요. 자, 지금 일단 쉔이 용을 먹었고 확실히 이게 코르키가 붙으니까 쉽지가 않은데 안전하게 빠지는 게 지금 중요한 것 같죠. 네, 우선은 좀 반반 나눠가지고 그럼 루나 선수를 좀 어떻게 이제 보시게 됐어요? 팬이 되셨어요?
그 옛날에 이름 RY 루나일 때부터 이제 상대 팀이나 우리 팀으로 만났었는데
네.
팀으로 만나실 때도 너무 잘했고 상대 팀으로 만났을 때도 혼자 이제 4명이 팀이 전부 다 말렸는데 혼자 잘 성장하시는 거 보고 이분은 되게 잘하시는구나.
그렇군요.
네네, 좀 많이 뵀어요. 이 게임 내에서.
그렇군요. 그러면 티어 엄청 높으신. 잠시만요. 일단 확실히 좀 안전하게 전령 깔고 빠지는데 이거 죽을.
아이고.
그러게요. 좀.
네,
일단 좀 루나 선수가 안전하게 그 전령 골드. 사실 조금 오히려 크게 나쁘지 않을 수 있어요. 왜냐면 루나 선수한테 골드가 다 몰아갔기 때문에. 근데 진짜 빡세네요. 식사하셨어요?
네네, 방금 마치고 왔어요.
진짜 저 잠시만요. 저 봐봐가지고.
The movements of Kt.Ry was able to get ahead of Dog and was able to stop the push of Kt.Ry, so that's massive for KBG.
And now because of that advantage on the side of KBG, they're now gonna just hold on to this advantage. Just because they gave them one kill, it's gonna be enough. They're not gonna be looking for any fights, even if Nobel wants to go for one. Here comes the Unbreakable Will with Explosive Cat. Not gonna be enough. The damage is not gonna be there. Comes Luna fighting on 1v1 with Under 9, but the
아이고,
damage is gonna be
신공.
enough for him to push him back, and that stand United is now down.
Again, it's been an epic fight, epic battle between Luna and Andra 9 every single time that we see the Lucian versus Zeri. Explosive things happen, and speaking of explosive, Daw might be able to get ahead of Yu.
Breaker sees him.
오, 이거 되게 괜찮은데요?
아니, 깔끔하게 다이브
네,
좋았어요.
맞아요. 네. 아, 확실히 좀
엄청
프로들은
슬기로워.
맞아요.
Do they have enough time?
아, 그렇군요. 저 할리퀸님 티어가 지금 현재 어디시라고 하셨죠?
아, 지금 새로운 시즌 시작해가지고 지금 에메랄드 1이요.
아, 이전 시즌은 어떻게 마무리하셨어요?
아, 전 시즌에는 제가
네.
게임을 좀 접었어가지고
네.
마스터로 마무리했고
네.
지금 여태
아.
챌린저 3번이랑
네. 오.
불멸 2 두 번 달았어요.
아, 진짜요? 대박인데요? 야. 저도 요즘 바빠가지고 좀 게임을 못 하거든요. 와, 근데 이제 또 와일드리프트 숨은 인재가
아,
좋네요.
그럼 이제 로렌님 뛰시면서 하시는 건가요?
저는 일단 이번 판은 보고서 조금 먹으려고요.
아,
일단은 롤스터와의 경기는 이제 한치도 놓칠 수가 없죠.
또 맞죠.
아, 그쵸. 근데 이 정도면은 좀 시작이 나쁘진 않은 것 같긴 한데.
잠시만요.
네.
You know, one thing that they could do is to send over Haku over here in the bot lane and use the satchel for just eliminating that tower.
근데 확실히 지금 롤스타와이가 그 제리하고 직스의 딜에 확실히 좀 의존성이 높은 조합이라서 2-1D를 상대하기엔 조금 많이 까다로울 수 있겠다는 생각이 들긴 하네요. 이제 앞라인이 그나마 조금 체력을 빨리 수급해서 잘 버텨주면서 이게 약간 직스의 포킹으로 조금 많이 깎아줘야 되는 좀 요구치가 좀 높은 게임인 것 같습니다.
What we're seeing from the side of Kt.Ry, they're now finding the needle in the haystack. They're finding a way to get some kills for themselves because that is where the Vice shines the most. And we're not seeing a
혹시
lot of that.
이번 경기
because
패치에
of the
그
fact that they
네.
put
윌라
a Shen on the
나온 거
side of KBG,
적용된
so
그건가요?
what it does
아마
is
그
on their side to
그건 아닐 거예요. 그 전 버전일 거예요. 제가 지금
아,
한 번만 더
그러면
확인해 볼게요.
even
네.
with the Serpent's
그
Back, would that be
보호구
enough
그거 템 안 나온 거죠 아직?
KT will survive
어,
by KBG?
네, 좀 그럴 것 같아요. 잠시만요. 요즘 고백하자면은 요즘 그 지난 시즌에 게임을 많이
네네.
못했습니다, 제가.
아 근데 저도 그래가지고
네.
아예 한 거의 3주 정도 게임을 안 하다가
네.
오랜만에 복귀하니까 너무 많은 게 바뀌었더라고요.
아, 그쵸. 뭐 럭스가 갑자기 그 탱크 밴드고 탱템 두르고 장난 아니죠.
맞아요. 아니 들어오니까 갑자기 소라카 럭스가 계속 풀밴되길래
이게 중국에서 이제 이상한 약들이 많이 흘러가가지고 아시아 서버를 좀 많이 뒤흔들고 있습니다. 그다음에 여기는 이건 지금 많이 위험한 상황인데. 네.
피오라. 근데 제리
저 근데 이렇게 그러니까 되게 시간을 안 주고 빨리 몰아내는 게 그 KBG 입장에서는 좀 그게 좀 중요한 조합이라고 할 수 있죠. 이런 롤스타의 입장에서는 조금 용을 먹기가 진입이 어려울 것 같은데. 이거를? 일단은 싸움을 거네요. 네, 일단 루나 선수 프리딜, 노맨 선수 살아가고. 일단은 확실히 원딜 자르고. 근데 루나 선수 탈진 걸리면 이거 힘들죠? 한번 쿵쾅. 네, 잡을 것 같아요 이거는.
와 되게 안 좋겠네요.
그러니까요. 확실히 이제 중국 팀들은 진짜 이제 엄청 단련돼 있어가지고 쉽지가 않은 것 같아요. 근데 이제 피오라가 계속 깔짝깔짝 때리려고 했는데 안 때려져가지고. 할리퀸님은 서폿으로 하실 때 어떤 거 많이 하시나요?
네. 유틸 하는데 유틸 다 해요.
아, 그렇군요. 그러면 탱럭스, 탱소라카도 많이 가보셨어요?
탱은 안 가는 것 같아요. 굳이 탱을 안 가도 좋은 것 같아가지고 최근에
네.
AP 유틸 럭스로 MVP 많이 받아가지고
야.
ML까지 올랐거든요 방금.
야무진데요.
아니 굳이 그 탱을
네.
안 가도 될 것 같아요. 아직 소라카를 안 해봐서 모르겠는데 소라카는
네.
굳이 유틸로도 충분히 좋은 것 같아서.
근데 이제는 지금 게임은 일단 비등비등하게 가는 것 같은데 되게 아쉬운 거는 용을 많이 먹혀가지고 이게 조금 아쉽네요. 좀 어떻게 보시나요?
그러게. 아니 킬스코어는 앞서가고 있긴 한데 돈은 또 KBG가 더 많아가지고
네.
용도 투용 먹혔고 일단 3용 좀 먹을 수 있으면 좋을 것 같아요 저희가.
맞아요. 지금 한번 미드 보는 거 나쁘지 않아 보이는데요? 오! 제리랑 이렇게?
이러면은
네, 그라가스.
루시안
와,
오
하코 선수까지. 근데 조금 사이드 손실이 좀 크긴 한데 루시안까지 잡으면 이거는 괜찮을 것 같아요. 야,
루시안까지.
네, 괜찮은데요 이거? 바론 설마? 설마? 와. 와. 근데
아이고
근데 이거는
이거
네.
좀 위험하네요.
그쵸. 확실히 쉔이 이런 게 정말 까다로운 것 같아요.
피오라를
네, 근데 이 피오라를 지금 막을 수가 없어가지고 지금 수단이 루나 선수가 스킬 한번 뺀 건 좋은데 도 선수가 이게 살아갈 수 있을지 모르겠네요.
아이고 죽었다.
이거 궁까지 쓴 것 같은데. 그러게 좀 KBG가 오히려 이렇게 바론을 가는 상황이 되면은 쉽지가 않네요. 이게 조금
이러면 오히려 KBG에서 바론을
그러게요. 뭔가 이게 조금 롤스터이가 한번 승부 크게 걸어보려고 하다가 이게 조금 턴을 오래 써가지고
그러게요. 바론까지는
맞아요. 근데 또 롤스터와의 입장에서 약간 여기서 승부를 한번 크게 가져오려고 했던 그런 욕심이 큰 것 같죠, 아무래도.
그렇죠. 저 이미 이용까지 못했다 보니까.
네.
Are just good at this phase, as you said, and now with the Baron, this is just gonna snowball in their favor. It's gonna be hard for Ry to contest this, and giving them that Shen is the
제리 고정딜인가요? 제리가 고정딜 스킬이 있던가요? 제가 제리를 많이 안 했어가지고 봐야겠네요.
근데 스킬이 고정딜이 없지 않나요? 근데 크라켄 들었으면 크라켄 고정딜이 있다면 몰라도 기본 스킬에는
이거 진짜 3라인 압박.
바론까지 역효가 지금 너무 빡센데요? 지금 집 막기가?
그러게요. 이건 진짜
근데 지금 욕 나왔는데 KBG 입장에서는
잠깐 건다.
밀었으니까.
네, 쉔한테 걸었는데 이거 조금 물고 늘어지면 괜찮을지도.
이러면은 용은 먹힌 것 같네요. 3용이면은 좀
그쵸.
많이 힘들 것 같은데.
심지어 사막잭이라 이게 약간 바론을 치기 전까지는 되게 그렇게 리스크한 게임이 아니었는데 리스크한 게임이 아니었는데 되게 바론에서
이러면은 거의 장로까지 먹혔다고 무방한 게 사막잭이가 날아가가지고 KBG 입장에서 이제 그냥 라인만 밀어놓고 장로 대치해도 이득인 게 아닌가.
그러게요. 저 골드 그래프 봐봐요. 저 갑자기 솟기 시작한 지점이 아마 그 롤스타이가 여기서? 그러게요. 이건 궁 아낄
되게
거고.
단단하네요.
아, 씨. 잠시만요. 학구 선수가 잡히면 이거는 아하. 아이고, 이거는 루나 선수도 살아남기가 너무 어려워서. 아,
살아남긴 했는데 넥서스가 밀릴 것 같네요.
에.
다음 경기 화이팅하면 되죠.
아, 그쵸.
아직 첫 경기 아닌가요? 이거?
맞아요. 그리고 지금 한
괜찮죠 그럼. 네네.
네, 한 그 네 번째, 다섯 번째 매치도 롤서 와이니까 그래도 어떻게 되겠죠.
그쵸.
네. 아, 너무 아쉽다. 그러니까요. 조금 이게 바론 트라이가 아까 이게 거기서 조금 상대가 조금 예리하게 다가온 게 좀 거기서 좀 늘어졌던 것 같아요. 이게 근데 약간 와일드리프트가 그런 거 좀 있지 않나요? 그러니까 왜 뭐라고 해야 되지? 이게 그 상대 후속은 그 빨리 오는데 약간 교전을 했을 때 이게 100% 빠지기가 쉽지가 않아가지고 약간 조금 잘못하면은 길게 늘어져가지고 그것 때문에 손해가 크게 굴러가는 그런
맞죠,
느낌으로
맞죠.
방금 말린 것 같아요. 참 쉽지가 않네요. 어떻게 될 것 같나요? 하리키님은 지금 이제 총 4팀의 경기가 다 나온 거잖아요.
네 팀 남은 거예요?
아, 4팀 모두 이제 나왔잖아요. 예를 들어서 JT하고 NGX 경기도 하고 그 다음 4팀은 모두 다 나왔죠. 방금에는 잠시만요. 방금 차에는 KBG랑 롤스와이가 했으니까 지금 일단 총 앞에 두 판도 보고 뒤에 그 앞에 두 팀 보고 뒤에 두 팀 봤으니까 지금 여태까지 나올 4팀을 다 본 거긴 하거든요. 물병자리님 합산점수 높은 팀이 우승하신가요? 그 우승은 아니고요. 여기서 이렇게 서로 한 판씩 한 다음에 1, 2, 3, 4등을 가립니다. 그래서 3, 4등끼리 싸워서 올라온 팀이 이제 그 2등 팀이랑 붙고 그 다음에 마지막에 1위 팀하고 붙고 이런 식으로 이제 점점 올라가는 시기예요. 좀 복잡하더라고요. 저도. 쉽지 않네요. 그러고 보니까 이제 그 할리키님은 이제 지금 알리스타 같은 건 안 쓰시는 거죠?
네네. 알리스타 안 쓰는데 탱커 중에 알리스타 좋아 보이더라고요.
그쵸. 상대도 좀 단단하고
네, 탱커 중에 서포 고르자면은 알리스타랑 그라가스 이거 두 개가 제일 좋은 것 같던데.
맞아요. 대회는 진짜
네, 대회도 그렇고 대회에선 그라가스 서포트 진짜 좋은 것 같고 둘 다
맞아요.
합치면은 알리스타가 좀 많이 좋지 않나.
확실히 쉽지가 않습니다. 진짜 참. 진짜 학고 선수도 딜 열심히 했고 루나 선수도 열심히 했는데 참 너무 아쉽네요. 어떤 부분이 좀 관건이었다고 보세요? 바론?
네, 바론 때가 딜량도 그래도 했는데 그 바론에서 턴을 너무 오래 쓴 게 좀 안전하게 쓰면 좋았지 않았을까.
그쵸. 이게 이 다음의 상황이었죠. 아마 이쯤이었던 것 같은데 여기서 롤스터와이가 한번 미드 쪽 보다가 이제 상대 정글 쪽에서 오는 이제 그라가스를 노리고서 이제 잡거든요. 여기서 시작해서 근데 피오라가 사이드를 미니까 이거 막으러 가고 이거 이렇게 킬 하나랑 타워 하나 교환하면 손해니까 루시안 먹어가지고 용기가 난 거는 괜찮은데 여기서 너무 여기서 어떻게 해야 좀 괜찮았을까요?
근데 바론 칠만 했던 것 같긴 한데 알리스타 피가 너무 적어가지고 쉔 공탈 것까지 생각을 했다면 더 좋았지 않을까.
그렇군요.
그리고 피오라가
네,
너무 잘해주고 있는 것 같아요.
맞아요.
쉔 공도 좋고.
네. 여기서 바로 그냥 그러니까 뭔가 할 거면은 넘어오기 전에 녹인다라는 전략이었던 것 같은데 아 이게 딜 넣긴
네.
정말 힘든 구도긴 했네요. 코르키도 정말 빵빵했고 여기서 도 선수가 아 근데 확실히 쉽지 않네요 정말. 아
And now the reversal of fortune, maybe she can go for the Baron. How easy is that? They remain their opponents are remaining.
여기 루나 의존도가 높은 조합이라 원딜 못 지키면 밀리는 듯 아니면 루나가 조이 가고 조합을 다양하게 하는 게 어떨지 그것도 괜찮을 것 같아요. 지금 좀 조합의 밸류를 다시 한번 조금 검토를 해봐야 될 것 같은 느낌. 이게 무언가 잘라먹자 약간 이런 느낌으로 가는 세팅인데 그냥 이제 안 잘리자 이런 세팅으로 쉔을 깔고 가니까 아 정말이지. 그러니까 이제 할리퀸님은 원래 다른 팀 경기들도 많이 보시나요?
아 다른 해외 팀이요?
네. 네.
아 저 RY 경기만 봅니다.
아
다른
진짜요?
네 다른 팀은
아 오케이. 그러면 쉬시다가 제가 이따가 RI 경기하면 다시 연락드릴까요?
아 지금 2분 뒤요?
아니요 이거는 지금 NGX랑 KBG 간의 경기예요. RI는 그 다음 2경기 있어요.
아 네네. 그럼 저 다시
네 쉬고 계세요.
오도록 하겠습니다.
네.
네 화이팅.
화이팅 화이팅.
Name's Horn. No further pleasantries needed.
아 RI의 요정 할리퀸님이었고요. 이따가 한번 다시 한번 뵙고 하도록 할게요. 저도 이제 밥 먹는데 이제 호록호록 하면서 얘기 나눌 수 없어가지고 약간 이렇게 네. 대회는 APC가 더 좋은 것 같네요. 근데 그런가? 근데 좀 봐야 될 것 같아요. 굳이 그것도 아니긴 한데 근데 이번 판에서 그러니까 저는 약간 좀 그런 느낌이 들거든요. 그냥 지금 잠시만요. 그냥 앞에 거 잠깐 볼게요. 그러니까 이 마이크로 한 상황에서 싸우기엔 좋은 상대 조합이 아니었던 느낌? 그러니까 그럼 봐볼게요. 잠시만요. 그러니까 지금 왜 버퍼링 있어? 일단은 뭐 피오라 자체는 피오라인데 아 이거 지금 좀 잘 안 빠지네요. 그러니까 제가 느끼기로는 쉔 구성에서 약간 초원 딜을 하기가 너무 좋아진 느낌이 있어요. 그리고 롤스와이가 그걸 억제하기가 쉽지가 않은 상황이었던 것 같아요. 뭐 야소를 꺼낸다면은 원딜 카운터로 할 수 있는 픽들이 많지가 않았던 느낌?
Nailed it.
네, 세라핀도 좋은 그거죠. 자,
CN and APAC back to a 1-1. Now here comes another match to look forward to. This is going to be the next match that we have KBG versus NGX. Very fitting. They both won a while ago, so now they're going to be facing against each other on this next match.
Okay. I kind of want to get my hopes up as an APAC tester, but okay, we kind of have to tone down a bit here, Dash, especially against KBG. I know you were predicting J the number one team to win it all. Yeah, right. Okay.
여기서
I think
KBG가 이겨야 됩니다.
the stronger of the
그래야
teams,
롤스터와에게 좋아요.
industry and conference, but make no mistake, when it comes to preparations, when it comes to being able to utilize cheese strategies to get the necessary advantage.
여기서 만약에 KBG가 진다?
GX might just be able to
Yeah, if ever they would be able to just cheese even KBG, and we saw
아니 근데 그것도 나쁘지 않겠다.
last game. NGX could potentially utilize that in their favor.
아 근데 복잡하긴 하네요, 워낙.
Champions maybe on their side just for them to take down the supposed kings during the regular season.
Yeah, okay. This is also a thing, right? Like, you can bait out the chef and have a very early game-oriented jungler that would be able to invade
야, 아싸리 KBG가 이기는 게 나으려나?
of KBG.
지금 그러니까 아싸리 그러니까 그 NGX가 이기는 게 나으려나?
We all know that you
근데 NGX가 이기면 NGX 거의 조일이 확정이라 가지고
So, right, if I'm in GX, I have two routes here. If I would even dare to open up each
네, 맞아요.
of the
쉔 너무 까다로웠어요.
could be because just she is just going to go off and possibly open.
교전이 운영과 함께 교전 구도가 좋은 픽이 이렇게 딱 쉔이 등장해버리고 확실히 중국에서는 진짜 저런 픽들을 정말 잘 활용하는 것 같아요.
It did
중국
not
선수들
help them
픽폭이.
to go aggressive during the early stages of the game.
Yeah, I was about to say that. If ever they're gonna be leaving that open, pick up the Yone again, could potentially be the answer that they're looking for. Because if they're gonna be performing like what they did a while ago with the Yone that Joshi has picked up, it could be good. Shut down the early game by other champions, let Joshi get some kills. That could be the potential answer for the Shen. But remember, it's super hard to do that against the Toad. So that's another challenge.
True, Kt.Ry as well is also one of the champions that can easily count.
글로벌 공 있는 거랑 합류 싸움보다가 저런 식으로 4대5 사이드 운영하면 그쵸, 너무 힘들죠. 심지어 코르키도 진입도 좋아가지고 진짜 뭘로 대응해야 되려나? DPS 빡센 원딜 뭐가 있죠? 그러니까 그런 것들로 꺼내지 않으면은 좀 힘든 것 같아요. 루시안을 가져온다던가.
And all that being said, we still have to respect for NGX still has to respect the prowess of KBG. They were able to win WRL Season 2 for a reason. They are the reigning defending champion of WRL. And so now, I just cannot wait for this matchup because I know for a fact that KBG is raring to go at it against NGX, especially after what happened during Game 1.
Yeah, as much as we want to really put NGX up there, it's a big difference in this task, especially during the experience.
DPS 빡센 애들 대부분 뚜벅인 경우가 많아서 하지만 루시안이 등장한다면
able to again introduce themselves to KBG. Because if ever they win this, that is a big swing to their favor.
Oh,
It's
man.
pretty sure that if ever they win this, and they're gonna be fighting
핵심은
at the last
교전에 있는 것 같아요. 제가 봤을 때 그러니까 NGX가 이긴 거 뭐예요? 요네나 이런 걸로 계속 이제 왔다 갔다 하면서 이제 교전에서 엄청난 피지컬을 요구한 애로 이제 좋은 피지컬로 이제 순간적으로 이제 회피하고 때리고 약간 그런 것들을 많이 하다 보니까 이제 된 것 같다는 느낌이 들긴 하거든요. 저는 약간 그 바이랑 알리스타 둘 다 움직임이 한 번 한 번 큰 녀석들인데 그런 녀석들로 지금 옵션이 그렇게 많지 않은 느낌? 1세트 때 그 첫 경기 때 저는 NGX가 치고 빠지기 좋은 픽들로 이긴 것 같아요. 물론 이제 실력들도 있긴 한데 치고 빠지기 너무 힘든 픽이면은 교전에서 너무 이득 보기가 어려운 느낌이라고 해야 되나? 아, 그 괜찮네요. 도선수 카직스 괜찮은 것 같아요. 근데 그러면 군중 제어기가 군중 제어기가 별로 없긴 한데. NGX처럼 깔끔하게 요네도 괜찮죠. 아, 바로 피오라 까다롭다. 피오라 밴.
banning KG's Fiora, and you said it a while ago, the trifecta that KBG wants to pick every time. The Shen also, the Gragas also should be taken off at the hands of KBG.
투원딜 조합의 카운터인가 바이가?
Are they planning to go for the or the Kazakhs? Because Vi is a very good counter initiator to both those champions. Are they going to let?
카밀벤.
Are they baiting it? Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right?
Oh,
Never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Good respect bans coming from NGX. Atox is available. There's
근데 NGX가 JT 잡았어요.
now dashing here in NGX. Like, what will be your first pick here? Are you going to first pick the Gragas this time instead? Because we have to remember that NGX on the blue side could always
최근 밀리긴 하는데.
pattern side Gragas.
코르키 코르키 그대로 가져오네요.
They're leaving the Gragas open. KBG picked the Gragas Kaisa. We're gonna be picking up this Corki, and the Alistar is at the ready from the hands.
네, 4.2B 패치네요.
They were
패치
for
지금 가운데
what
보입니다.
KBG wants to do, and they just wanted that Corki out of the hands of KBG, because that performance from Demon Kai during the last time was honestly great.
Are they going to favor the
알리스타 그라가스를 바로 픽하지 않는 모습. 네, 지금은 한국 팀 아니에요.
This is KBG messing with the heads of NGX and just wants to.
카젝스 치고 빠지기 너무 좋죠.
Or a bad is the
You know what? That's not my favorite.
아, 저 그
I'll take it.
크림 파스타 먹고
I'll
있었어요.
take it for KBG side. I mean, yeah. I
yeah, and
remember.
now, right. And now NGX is.
I don't want to go into it. Yeah, go back to your point of solution.
You
Yeah.
don't want to jinx.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, I get it. Right now,
Oh,
NGX.
jinx?
한국 팀
I don't think so. I don't
다음
think so.
판하고 다다음 판 있습니다.
This, however, is a champion that Aaron is willing to play. For sure, 100%. Never mind.
야무지게 드시네요. 아, 죄송해요. 아, 이게 참
Is going to double down and
롤사의 경기도 19경이라고 맛있게 먹고 해야죠.
silence coming from the Garen. Now that they have
노틸러스 느낌 괜찮은데요? 왜냐면 노틸러스 타겟팅도 가능하고 꽤 탱킹 가능한데, 근데 약간은 조금 애매한 부분 중에 하나는 노틸러스가 요즘
and obvious reasons.
이 그 챔피언의 퍼포먼스 자체가 기본적으로 조금 요즘 저조한 편입니다. 저 이유는 정확하게 모르겠는데
Is that one champion that I feel they're a bit
아무튼
lacking.
그래요.
And so NGX should be content with the way things have started in the first three picks.
I'll back that up with facts though. The reason why they were sent to the lower brackets
선수예요?
was because
아니요.
Amazon
그
picked
파트너입니다.
Gragas twice against Nova, and that's why they were relegated to the lower bracket. But again, it's a different time. It's a 4.2B. Maybe they have some changes here on the side of KBG, and that's a good catch from the side of NGX, banning the Jax, because there's not a lot of weak side laners for the side of KBG in order for them to use. They would need something different here in the top side to fight against this Garen.
Man,
근데 계속 이제 날렵한 픽으로 가니까 약간 확 진입하거나 피곤해질 수 있는 픽인 리븐하고 잭스를 잘라주는 건 조금 예리하네요.
that's the only remaining option, right?
Yeah, that's
I mean, you look at KG. He was raising his hands up, and he was like, okay, I don't have any choice. I'm going to play the Gwen. And that also goes to show that NGX was able to get into the heads of KBG's coaching staff. Now NGX is going to double down.
이거 매칭 중간중간에 태그 대결하는 거 재밌겠는데?
If it worked during game number 1, they are hella confident that
단판 라운드 로빈입니다.
work 2 games in a row.
still going back at it, going back to the Yone.
요네
See also from the side of KBG. Wait, the swing has been nerfed during patch 4.2.
또 나왔죠.
But if NGX wants a good sustain or in the fight, it is a good way to go about it. The Swain is still a good pick. Not gonna go for it. Go for a chase. I think a Shin Zhao
오늘
would be
느낌이
a
한
right-
총 매치가 한 10시 반쯤까지 갈 것 같아요.
No, never mind.
That forces a Lucian pick as well for KBG, right? Like, the only champion that can go and have an even lane against the Jinx
루시안
is the
투원딜이 진짜 많이 나오네요.
Support rating 90% towards KBG. They did not account the votes of the Philippines and APAC for sure. Because if we're going to have a vote, it's going to be a different. It's going to be of a good split, right? Of a good 50-50. Because we know that NGX is being supported not just by the Filipinos but also the whole APAC region. And KBG is that big hurdle that APAC needs to overcome. We know that KBG is the champion team just one season ago. So now, finally, they face in the Wild Rift. They haven't faced during the group stages. Looking at their draft, I'm liking the chances of NGX.
Different play styles, different paces for both of our sides. Would the early game, or at least the snowball coming from NGX, be able to work its magic against KBG? That would be the challenge here for this squad.
와 근데 그웬 셋업은 진짜 무섭네요. KBG가 탑이 강한가 본데요.
Would be able to deal so much damage.
이거는 스킨 안 나오는 그거예요.
For the side of NGX.
100% sure, right? Like, the scaling composition of KBG, them prioritizing the dragons, just being confident that they can control whatever chaos is going to be brought here by NGX. It's just a testament as to why we think KBG is one of the best teams in CN, actually in the world right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh man,
that's
I
best
think
of wine.
it's
I'm feeling the tension right now because this lineup by NGX, I believe.
I wish there
Can
was a squad
can we do it too?
for
Can we do it too? NGX.
NGX. Yeah, for the APAC squad there, just cheer in the comments, everybody.
Yeah,
NGX would be able to hear it. Don't worry.
You have to make it. You have to make it heard. You have
장
to
이거는 좀 다른 거예요. 그 월드리그가 아니기 때문에 좀 다릅니다.
Here in NGX, and again, looking at the matchup here, both this gentleman, Just She and the Tone, were the MVPs in their respective games. And when it comes to advantages in objective takedowns, of course we have to gift it over to the Kha'Zix, right? Like you combine your Taste Your Fear with your Smite, and the execution damage is just so hard to challenge in those 50-50s. But we're talking about Just G. He's not just going to secure the dragon. He's going to go into your face, assassinate.
두 손가락 쓰나 보네요, 이 선수는.
Even get on more kills on top of it, because we have to remember that during game number 1 he had a record of 4-0-4 or 4-1-4 at one point.
Surprised that no swaps has happened during
정글 유전도를 줄일 필요가 있어 보이는데 제가 제일 잘하긴 해서 그쵸. 저스티가 진짜 가시예요.
Before moving for draw, getting a dredge line maybe in the mid lane. So they're still waiting for it. And this
어쩔 수 없어요. 의존도라기보다는 이제는 그 각 팀의 특징이라고 봐야죠. 그런 건 이제 중국 팀이나 이런 강팀에도 있는 현상이라서 뭐 NGX 초반에 조금 느낌 좋네요.
Yeah, when it comes to pokes, especially if you do this strat by KG, you can really win the lane against the Garen. But what a Garen can do is to just back away, utilize his passive effectively, and beat that wall.
로리님 세 손가락 예상 맞아요. 저는 세 손가락 씁니다. 3핑거.
No honey fruit just yet for Hyde, so this is gonna be the dive coming in for their side. They have the ignite taking on the head of KG. The damage is going to the taunt, and he was able to leap away. Perfect survival for Hyde.
Yeah, Flash being burnt here by Hyde for flashes as well of the members of KBG. But
여러분 그 소울 파이터인가? 아무튼 그 인게임에서 그 대결 태그 매치 있잖아요. 그거 해봤어요? 와. 아니 알리스타 또 언제 왔대? 이거 오자마자 되게 스무스하게 KG 선수 키워주면은 게임 엄청 와.
Earlier in the rotations, and because of that, they were able to go for the second dive in a row. And we look into that replay.
이게 그나마 조금 뭐 오랩 찍어가지고 조금 라인전 해봐야겠다 이런 느낌을 한 건지 모르겠는데 와 되게 순식간에 몰아치면서
There will be no more shenanigans from NGX, and that's just KBG.
재밌어요? 저도 아직 안 해봐가지고.
They have the advantage tempo-wise. With you being there, that's a first blood for them.
Having a hunting guy is already on the KG top side. This would give them big advantage, big swing.
이러면 그웬 못 잡는데. 근데 그웬한테 한번 오는데 이거 금연상 와 근데 진짜 타워에서 드로 선수 이거 타워 포탑 골드까지 하면 야 모르죠. 네 그쵸. 골드 쭉쭉 찹니다. 근데 왠지 모르겠는데 오른쪽에 그 맵 있잖아요. 그 표시가 좀 조금 느린 것 같아요. 한 1초? 미니맵이 표시가 좀 느려가지고 좀 오해하시면 안 됩니다. 야 이러면은 확실히 조금 리스크를 바로 또 상쇄하네요.
their stellar duo has been doing heavy lifting so far.
제일 위험했죠.
Aaron has been pushed back.
오, 이 에런
The damage coming from Yu might be enough.
에런이 그쵸? 이거는 절대 맞겠죠? 오!
Aaron too aggressive with a proto-build enchant.
이거는 오히려
To get the kill on him.
Wait.
Headbutt back onto Justice.
아하.
For the Demolition Justice, but at least
오히려 소고기 됐습니다.
Yeah, he was
오늘 스킨 다 뽑으셨나요? 저 지금 그 저번에 이벤트 해가지고 지금 3,000코어밖에 없어가지고 뭐 살지 고민하고 있어요. 신중하게 고민. 낮엔 매칭 잘 안 잡히더라고요. 패치 그거 한 거라서. 턴 게임이라 모든 행동에 리스크가 있어서. 그래요? 해봐야겠다. 제가 한번 여러분한테 보여드리겠습니다.
That was almost a kill. Proto-build enchant wasn't able to finish off Aaron, and that just signaled Yu as being dead. And now, with that, NGX is just gonna use that. This is what they want. Getting kill advantage against KBG is what they need in order for them to contest these objectives. Now, look at the bot side. That's a lot of people there. I think NGX wants to contest this, but Aaron needs to flash away. Doesn't have anything else. The calling, he's dodging it, but it's not enough. The taunt gets the execution.
Okay, Aaron though, Draw and company willing to retaliate here, especially with the package. We know that as a core team with the package, you kind of want to challenge this dragon.
이거 당첨자 중에 두 분이 잠깐만요. 근데 카이사가 여기서 와. 근데 이렇게 되면 드래곤 카이트 선수도 죽게 되고 와, KBG가 이렇게 네, 점화로 하고 공까지 받고 근데 딜이 부족하죠. 이거 하이드 선수까지 죽게 됐습니다.
NGX crumbling towards the disciplined approach of KBG. KBG just knows what to do in every instances, and now is able to get a huge advantage. If they get this dragon for free, oh man, KBG is well in control of this early game. Aaron might even die once again. This scaling composition, that team fight started 4v5, actually 3v5 already, and 3v4 because Aaron.
네, 이러면 진짜 KGB가 이렇게 강한가?
At the most important time of that team fight, really cemented the early game win of KBG, and oh man, that's just a good testament of how prepared KBG is in every scenario possible.
And even if they didn't in that fight, though, they were still able to take the dragon to their side. Now with this, at least NGX was able to get the Rip Herald on their own, a tower to the top side. Really good consolation prize for the squad here. Even with the Rip Herald on their side, they might be able to take down one more tower for them to at least get an advantage against KBG.
Yeah, they need that. They need that because almost all tower plates is being corralled in by KBG. Like 3 plates here in the bot lane, 3 plates already in the mid lane, and God knows how many tower plates they were able to farm as well on the top side. But KBG, this is their pace, right? You give them an inch, they will take a mile. And GX and company will summon this Rift Herald here in the bot lane just in time for 4 more tower plays here in the bot lane.
Yeah, 65 HP would be left here, but no.
오, 이거는 야. NGX도 그냥 당하지는 않네요.
Xiaomai's trying to defend it. Here comes the headbutt coming from Yu with Unbreakable Will. He might be able to defend it successfully, but at the cost of his life.
Yeah, but still, salute to the Alistar. That massive tempo breaker by KBG. Joshika died.
와.
Xiaomai's gonna die, and that is wow punishment coming from the side of NGX.
좋네요.
Aaron fighting
강하다.
gonna be saving him out, and that's gonna be a tower bot lane for sure.
Yeah, but KG on the other
이게 KBG 팀 같은 경우는 상당히 좀 여태까지 좋았으니까 천천히 가고 싶어 했을 텐데 NGX가 모여가지고 그 상황들을 몇 번 쥐어 짜내니까 이게 어떻게 되네요. 그 전령이 있던 게 컸던 것 같아요. 그리고 심지어 드로우 선수가 메이킹 진짜 잘했고 여기서 이제 저스치 선수도 잘 붙어가지고 와, 저스치를 진짜 저렇게 날뛰게 하면 안 되겠다. 이거 이렇게 푸네. 그니까요. 심지어 알리가 이렇게 들어오는 게 오히려 약간 이게 얼굴을 숨겨가지고 솔직히 저는 빼낼 줄 알았거든요. 이 선수들도 그냥 조금 빼나 싶었을 거예요. 와, 근데 여기서까지 이렇게 몇 번 물고 늘어지고 요네. 와, 이거 지금 다치된 건가요? 데미지가?
is in the favor of KBG. 6 to 6 in kills. Actually, it's 3 to 3 in towers. But we have to remember that one of those towers was because of the Rift Herald play that MGX was able to get. Like, advantage still for KBG. Looking at the scaling composition or scaling side of things though, Shaoma does have.
이거는 오히려 이제 KBG 왜 이렇게 이거는 너무 NGX한테 기회를 계속 흘려주는 것 같은데요. NGX가 너무 잘라먹기를 잘하는데 KBG가 이렇게 되면 턴 한 번 쭉 흘리고 이때 만약에 NGX가 한 번 더 상황을 더 좋게 만들면은 그 다음 싸움에서 좀 자신감이 떨어질 것 같아요. 일단 지금 무난하게 가는 중. 확실히 지금 좀 무서운 거는 이제 KBG 입장에서는 KG가 이제 엄청 크고 있는 게 좀 무서운 것 같습니다. 지금 거의 반 코어 한 코어 차이가 나요. 가렌하고 그웬하고.
With that, this is just gonna be a menace to deal with, especially when you have a Garen. It's gonna be hard for you to fight the 1v1, especially with the Gwen having 2 damage. Not gonna be easy though, but what NGX could do here is maybe try to go for more fights, especially that the objective is gonna come out in a bit. Fertile Drake is gonna be available in a bit, so this is when they could shine because that Gwen is also on the bot side.
This is a 5v5 that is about to happen. So NGX knows that what happened during the first bracket team fight. Oh, well, that thought
Oh.
jump down. Does he have war mugs already?
Yeah, I think so. That's why he's just tanking a lot of damage here. And KG, they don't know that he's there though. Now taking a look at Cat Rush on the bot side of the map, the knockup comes out. That's half HP on.
이거는 체력이 별로 없고 오히려 드로우 선수는 네 드로우 선수 쉽게 안 죽죠. 근데 케이지 선수가 진짜 지금 강하기 때문에 좀 조심해야 됩니다.
Because he had the death menace, that's why. Now with Wrla trying to deal some damage, and that's gonna be the knockup. Yu's gonna be left alone, and that's a Demotion Justice, too much damage.
오.
They're gonna follow through with the fate seals. It's not gonna be hitting anybody, but now onto the back line, though, Shaoma.
이거는 근데 오른쪽 아래에서 드래곤 카이트 KBG가 이걸 저스치 그냥 여기서 근데 또 그웬한테 이거 거나요? 아우!
KG still a beast in this game. Looking at the damage chart here in the bot side of the screen, like the best damage or the highest damage dealt or dealer in that clash was KG on this Gwen. You did anticipate this to happen. Second dragon heading over to KBG, and it does look like that. You know, this mid game is starting to favor the number 2 team from CN.
여기서 근데 진짜 조금 요네 딜로스랑 그 다음에 제이스랑 뭔가 갈라진 게 그리고 약간 이게 매서운 게 이게 갈랑말랑 계속 고민하고 있는 상황에서 KBG가 확 붙어가지고 되게 부담스럽게 만드는 게 좀 무서운 것 같아요. 예리한 느낌도 들고. 예리하죠. 예리한데 공을 다 피하네. 공을 못 받는 거지. 공을 다들 의식을 좀 해서 약간 조금 가는 척하면서 갈라지는 거일 거라고 생각해요. 저치 선수 진짜 잘하는 선수라서. 이거는 여기서 근데 조금 이 상황이 좋지 않은데 드래곤 카이트 선수 딜이 안 나와요. 이 카이사가 뚝뚝뚝뚝 하니까 이건 그냥 다 죽어갑니다. 심지어 그웬까지 나서서 정리하고 있는 상황. 와.
Crazy play. 5-man knockoff to start things off for KBG, and now the award is the Baron buff. KBG is still a very strong team, and again, we would see that highlight over and over again because that 5-man knockoff, oh man, that's the dream for every Alistar player out there.
You don't see that every day. It's not as easy to pull off as a 5-man unstoppable force. Him getting this and having a vision there. What a play.
와, 씨. 여기서 에어본이 진짜 한 방이 크게 들어가가지고.
And at that point, like, what can you do? If you're in Jinx, you cannot do.
아, 근데 진짜 이 노리는 솜씨도 정말 대단하네요.
Fight starting that well for KBG, and it's just easy pickings for the rest of the members of KBG. They have enough damage. They have it win. They have run 9 on illusion, and so yeah, how this is a complete contrast of what happened during game number 1, right? NGX, despite their attempt to control their game, KBG had enough answers every facet of the game. And again, that's KBG.
여기서 이제
Problems though. Was able to flash away just she dodged that pulverized headbutt. Now KBG just wants to take down this tower in the bot lane to the Baron buff. It's gonna be easy for them to
오,
defend it.
포킹 확실히 좀 매섭네요.
Are not hitting at the side of NGX. It's gonna be
아, 저 이거는 못 막죠.
for the squad. Now with the Taunt moving forward, flashing away.
아, 와, 이게 잘 성장한 그웬이 이렇게 압박을 하니까 조금 그냥 무기력하네요. 여기 코르키로 막아보는데 아, 이렇게 해서 KBG가 아, 여기서 이제 롤스타와의 경기가 곧 남았습니다, 여러분. 근데 KBG도 그러니까 그 NGX도 되게 열심히 했는데 아, 쉽지가 않네요. 너무 중간중간에 가버려서 PBG를 못하네.
Playing on the face that NGX is confident and getting the early game advantage in their favor was what threw NGX off during that game compared to J-Team wasn't. Honestly, if KBG is slow, J-Team is slower. But during this game, KBG was fast.
와, 쉽지 않네요. KT는 언제 하죠? 이번 판 다음입니다.
Their win, their gold advantage against NGX.
It all crumbled down when Baron got turned off during the bot lane, right? Like the idea of NGX is to fight every possible fights because they know that
아, 쉽지가 않네요.
is a massive early game advantage for themselves. The amount of damage Jace can bring in the first team fight, especially at level, at the 5-minute mark with one item already completed, is massive. You take it away from the equation by the Tones assassination on that Kha'Zix, that's already half the job done. And KBG just knows what to do from that point on. So, yeah, I know Dash, you're not a fan of KBG, but I think this is a game that should remind you that they are still a beast in this game.
Yeah. I mean, I never took off my respect for KBG.
자, 간만에 조금 게임 좀 해볼까요?
Big fan is because they're the top team, and I love the underdogs. I love supporting the underdogs, and having that.
오프라인 진짜 올만이다, 한국은. 그쵸? 지금 그 베이징에 가 있을 거예요. 따라란 따라란. 태그 대결 기간 한정 모드. 이거 시청자분이랑 태그 대결 못하죠. 해볼까요? 로렘입숨이라면은 리신, 바이, 그 다음에 진. 이 정도면 괜찮지 않을까. 타살방으로 가능하지 않나요? 없던데요? 가볼까요? 모드 규칙 일단 해보죠. 하면서 조금 가봅시다. 야, 이거 나 뭐야? 잠깐만. 아니 이거 유치하로 바뀌는 거 뭐야 이거? 나 언제 이런 근본 없는. 와, 근데 이게 확실히 AD하고 AP를 섞는 게 낫겠네요. 오! 아, 이게 이렇게 되는구나. 오! 아. 잠깐만. 예! 지지. 끝났나요? 아니, 한 번 더 있구나. 냠. 이야, 재밌다 이거. 이런 느낌. 이것도 약간 여차하면 공략 영상 찍을 수 있겠는데. 이게 약간 셀프 연계를 할 수 있겠네요. 잠깐만, 진짜 야무진 거 하나 생각남. 이거 한번 그 야스오 가능하지 않을까요? 야스오? 야스오랑 야바이 조합이라던가. 전 약간 밖으로 차가지고 이제 그 데미지 받는 거를 조금 의도했는데, 이거 밖으로 나가져요? 일단은 그거 한번 체크해보고. 야수 없나? 있구나. 그 다음에 마지막에 뭔가 그 방어를 해야 될 때 약간 진짜 더러운 방어 픽 하나가 뭐가 있죠? 누가 봐도 이거는 좀 더러운 방어 픽. 방어픽 뭘로 하지? 판테온? 레넥? 레넥이 조금 방어픽인가요? 레넥 근데 제가 다룰 줄 모르는데 잘. 오케이, 이걸로 고. 일단 지금 계획은 지금 리신으로 차고 야스오로 이제 소리에게 돈 하고 그걸로 이제 견제한다는 느낌. 워윅도 좀 더럽긴 하겠다. 이거 재밌는데요? 이거 생각보다? 릴리아도 생각보다. 재밌나. 잠깐, 레넥톤은 근데 레넥톤 한 궁으로 커지면 되는구나. 대전 검색 중에 바꿀 수 없습니다. 이거는 탈진 들고 얘로 점화 들고 얘는 보호막 혹시 모르니까. 자, 오케이. 상대 조합 쉽지가 않은 것 같은데. 잠깐만. 오! 아! 오! 재밌는데? 여기서? 아하! 나가지는군요. 리신 괜찮은데? 오! 좋습니다. 오, 이거 괜찮은데요? 궁 차고 바로 소리에게도 나는 거예요. 근데 궁으로 밀어낼 수도 있으니까 이거 밀어내는 게 있으면은 연속으로 잘하면 좋겠는데요. 밀어내는 캐릭터 뭐 있지? 아예 그거 어떨까요? 리신으로 밀어내고 50으로 못 들어오게 띄우는 거야. 오, 좋겠다. 50으로 이제 이 끝 가장자리에서 이제 봉인을 하는 거죠. 아니면은 이제 속박 제일 긴 거, 베이가로 사건의 지평선 만들고 그 다음에 거기서 사건의 지평선 만들고 오케이. 일단은 베이가도 괜찮은 것 같아요. 베이가 사건의 지평선 만들고 가불기 만든 다음에 여기서 더 밀어내는 캐릭터, 그러니까 다 밀어내는 조합으로 가볼까요? 알리스타. 밀어내는 것도 뭐 있지? 베인. 오, 괜찮겠는데요 이거? 저격 가도 되나요? 물론이죠. 오케이, 1번을 베인으로 하고 2번을 잠깐, 1번을 리신으로 하고 2번을 베인으로 하고 3번은 알리. 오케이. 자, 유튜브 시청자 여러분들 안녕하세요. 로렘입숨입니다. 이번에 제가 준비한 영상은 오늘 나온 바로 태그매치 게임인데요. 태그매치 게임이란 여러분들이 세 개를 픽하고 이 픽으로 상대방과 이제 싸우는 게임입니다. 태그매치라는 말답게 이제 서로 이제 여러분들이 이 가진 세 개의 픽에서 그 상황에 따라 바꿔가면서 쌓을 수가 있어요. 그래서 오늘은 그걸 한번 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 제가 조합한 거는 지금 이런 식으로 다 밀어내는 조합이죠. 이제 그걸로 한번 좀 준비를 해보도록 할 거예요. 이 알리스타는 여차하면은 그 아예 그냥 이제 맞을 것 같을 때 한번 탱 버티다가 쿵쾅 밀어내고 리신을 한 번 더 차내고 베인으로 한 번 더 밀어내는 느낌스, 좀 그런 식으로 해보도록 할게요. 이거 약간 잘하면 조금 늦게 잡히는 그런 거 있나요? 이거 하고 바로 하면 되겠다. 이거 지금 아직 롤스터와의 매치 준비 중이거든요. 그래가지고 이거 한 판 하면 될 것 같아요. 근데 롤에는 없는 이런 특별한 게임이 있어서 조금 다행이다. 이런 비에고도 나중에 출시가 되려나? 근데 예전에 그런 얘기 있었거든요. 비에고가 이제 와일드리프트에서는 할 수가 없는 그런 구조다, 이런 얘기가 있었어가지고. 아레나 나오면 좋겠네요. 그러게요. 여러분 저격 환영 환영. 트리스타나도 야무지긴 하겠다. 베인 대신에 트타가 더 잘 밀어내지 않나요? 일단 베인 말고 트타로 한번 하죠. 트리스타나. 올라프 들고 가야 되나요? 땡! 네. 이제 JT와의 롤스터와의 경기인데 안 잡히나? 너무 재밌는데 이거? 근데 이거는 진짜 피지컬 장난 아니겠다. 루나 선수가 진짜 잘하겠는데요. 루나 선수 대 나텔 선수 이거 하는 거 보고 싶은데요. 되게. 왜냐면 둘 다 이제 그 와일드리프트 엄청 이제 라인전이라던가 이런 것들 피지컬 엄청 중시하는 걸로도 알고 있거든요. 물론 이제 제로 선수도 있고 하코 선수도 있고. 롤스터와이 내에서 내전하면 재밌겠다. 여섯 명 있잖아요. 노멜 선수, 도 선수, 하코 선수 하면은. 그래서 333 하고 한쪽 라인은 부전승하고. 아무튼 하설 게 없는 게 진짜 아쉽네. 그러게요. 지금 너무 길는데. 이걸 그럼 이따가 하도록 할게요. 인트로도 다 찍었는데 아쉽다. 자, 오케이. 라인업 서울 KT 롤스터 Y. 이번엔 제로 선수가 출전.
Yeah, well, the biggest addition to Kt.Ry is Zero. Zero is back in the mix.
Surprised that he's back in the mix right now after using Haku during a lot of times during the playoffs. Zero goes back.
자, 오케이. 다시 모셔볼게요. 할리퀸님.
Leona is that one champion that JT did not expect in game number 1. It was, in our words, super.
할리퀸님 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 보고 계셨어요?
네네, 듣고 있었어요. 그 태그인가? 그거 하시는 거.
그렇군요. 이거 재밌더라고요. 하고 보니까.
그 뭐 새 챔피언 돌아가면서 하던데.
네, 맞아요. 좀 그렇게 할 수 있는 게임이더라고요. 그래서 되게 이제 뭐라고 해야 되지? 하나로 때린 다음에 바로 바꿔서 하는 게 되게 야무진 것 같아요. 언제 한번 할리퀸님도 해보시면 재밌을 것 같아요.
이거 경기 끝나면 한번 해보려고요.
아, 좋습니다. 자, 일단은 근데 이번에 그 제로 선수가 나왔는데 혹시 그 제로 선수가 하신 게임도 이제 많이 보셨겠네요. 그런 아무래도.
네네, 진짜 제로 선수 대회에서 너무 잘하시더라고요. 그 아칼리랑 엑스랑 제드랑 요네 다 잘 쓰시던데.
네, 맞아요. 자, 그래가지고 과연 이번에 어떨지 좀 궁금하긴 하네요.
화공 틀어주실 수 있나요?
아, 네, 잠시만요. 깜빡하고 있었군요. 짜잔. 아, 이거 또 사설 게임 있으면 또 같이 재밌게 했을 텐데.
아니면 끝나고 그냥 일반 1대1 한판 해도 좋을 것 같아요.
같이 저격 맞춰가지고요.
아니 그냥 사설방으로 해서 그냥 일반 1대1이요.
사설방. 아, 그냥 1대1은 제가 조금
왜?
좀 질 것 같아서 좀 살려보겠습니다.
아니 저도 못해요. 서포터라.
잘할 것 같은데. 확실히 근데 참 JT는 근데 어느 팀이든 루나 선수를 계속 견제하는 세팅으로 가네요.
루나 선수가 워낙 딜을 좀 잘 넣으시다 보니까.
맞아요.
I love that the CM conference respects Luna's Gaia even. And I've not seen a lot of this. They don't want us to see it. They just know that Luna is really good at playing Zaya. They don't want the safety net of Luna.
Yeah, like there was one point though that there was one game in where Wrla was able to win the toss. Is it enough to ban the champion against them? It does look like the J team and KBG is on the hey, you know what? We cannot let the Zaya through because Kt.Ry is just good at it. JT, oh man, yes, on the court team. Have to remember 100% win rate on that.
Also, why still going back to the basic? Going from the Bragas, are they gonna pick up the 6? Yeah, I was about to say the 6.
Wait.
Side, yep.
So Luna will play 6. Sure. Is that's their play whenever Zero is playing. And this
이게 좀 쉽지가 않네요. 근데 이게 이렇게 배나는 거 보니까 아마 스크린 같은 거 하면서 루나 선수가 다른 팀들 자유로 털어먹은 것 같아요. 이렇게 격렬하게 자유를 배라는 거 보면은. 이번에 보기엔 어떨 것 같으세요? 할리퀸님은?
뭔가요? 승패요?
네.
그래도 이번엔 이기지 않을까요? 이길 수 있다.
그쵸. 할 수 있다.
알리 코르키 많이 나오네요 대회에서.
맞아요. 와리도 팀끼리 챔 바꾸는 거 가능한가요? 네, 맞습니다. 피오라. 네, 라텔 선수가 할 픽이죠. 아마도. 근데 진짜 알리 코르키는 진짜 국밥인 것 같네요 요즘. 살렘 선수, 살렘 코치님이 지금 들어가 계시고 있고요. 볼리비아의 제이스까지. 이런 롤스타 Y가 하는 픽 중에서 지금 네, 그쵸. 조금 잘 대처하기 쉽지가 않아서 일단 리신을 무난하게 좀 가져간 느낌인 것 같죠.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and on the other hand, JT
아, 스웨인으로.
and this is interesting
어?
because
케일?
I don't think that they would go.
제드.
No way. And that too?
또 이블린.
Are they gonna pick both of those?
A double assassin composition for JT. What patch are we on again?
4.2b? Maybe we're in 4.1, I don't know. Maybe. In this parallel world.
Alright, okay, so JT is really that confident that 0711 on the Evelyn is the perfect pairing. We're going to look into this match and where Yetzi
Oh,
would be the one playing Zed.
I thought
Okay.
어.
Yeah, I don't mind it, right? Because Pan is
아,
the
이렇게
only
되면은
for JT. So
좀
if
어떨려나.
comes Pan piloting Zed, that's okay, that's fine. But it does look like the JT is aware that you are casting, and they do
아,
want to
네, 이제 할리퀸님은 루나 선수의 픽 중에서 어떤 걸 좋아하세요?
broken. Yeah, that's very smart, JT.
어.
Very smart.
다 좋아하긴 하는데 조이가 좀 많이 재밌지 않나.
아, 조이.
대회에서 보자면은
네,
조이 픽이 제일 눈이 재밌었는데
네.
그냥 일반 랭크로 따지자면 베인이나 루시안.
아, 베인 루시안. 아, 확실히 조금 조이 픽 야무지긴 하죠.
대회에서 조이를 너무 야무지게 하셨어가지고.
그니까요. 아, 자, 과연 이번 판은 어떨지.
It's not at this point, I'm not surprised that they're gonna be picking something peculiar. Because every time, whenever they pick the Evelyn, I'm always surprised. But now, it's just
일단 조합 자체는 진짜 JT가 딜러일 캐릭터가 많아가지고
not sure.
이 초반에 좀 많이 쥐어잡지 않으면 힘들 것 같긴 하거든요.
At patch 4.1, because the champions that we're seeing are the
Oh.
champions that you should see in patch 4.1.
오, 좀 매섭네요. 이거는 플래시 쓸 것 같죠? 네, 이거는.
For the damage,
에? 안 쓰기가
산이요.
back away,
그러게요.
except just take the ignite hit.
What patience though? They were able to delay.
JT 팀도 만약에 그 플래시를 빼면은 피곤해지니까 약간 그냥 서로 그냥 플래시 아끼고 그냥 간 것 같네요.
It has to be a two-man show, right? Like Ratel has to pop off, as well as Luna, because outside of them too, late game not too good for them. Like Lee Sin is going to.
근데 룬 세팅도 야무지게 된 것 같습니다.
It's just the tank, and the irrelevance of Hullbreaker in 4.1 4.2 DF. I'm correcting myself. It's just heavy responsibility on towards Ratel to.
와, 이거 괜찮은데요? 라테 선수 느낌?
But considering that they have a very heavy, it's a very heavy AD.
초반에 점화가 빠졌기 때문에 괜찮죠. 피오라 선수의 아마 화면이었던 것 같고요. 방금은 네, 라테 선수.
At this point, it's gonna be hard to pick that up. Might as well just pick an offensive item.
Like Sterox.
Yeah.
It's kind of offensive item. We'll see though. Like if he will be able
이게 뭐 개인적인 팁 같은 걸 말씀드리자면은 상대를 준비하는 팀 입장에서는 미드가 누가 나오냐에 따라서 전략 대응하는 게 확 달라져가지고 뱀픽 짜기가 힘들어집니다. 미드가 한 명 더 있다는 것만으로도.
KT Wolser is again one of the disciplines that we do have.
아, 하쿠 선수랑 제로 선수.
Kind of expected
네, 맞아요.
very quiet early game.
그래가지고
You are the reason.
일단은 제로 선수가 사실 조금 최근에 플레이가 안 나왔잖아요.
Sometimes,
이제
네네.
very good
이번에 조금 보여주시지 않을까. 좀 전 개인적으로 그렇게 기대하고 있습니다.
Versus Lee Sin matchup, this is what the Evelyn wants. The Evelyn just wants to Wrla, just wants to get their first item after getting the Soul Stealer. It would be enough for them to go and maybe even fight back. The Lee Sin the fight or battered kills as early as
오,
level 5.
바텀은
After he reaches level
압박
5, there's this
엄청 잘하고
pressure
있네요.
for that
그러게요.
Lee Sin.
그냥 이거는 아예 밀고서
Now we're looking at
어?
advantage here. But-
어?
wow, G1.
이거
아, 제드가 오는 거 맞춰가지고 일부러 좀 상황 메이킹 하려고 했던 것 같아요.
was able to survive with
아,
one
근데
HP.
너무 아깝다.
와, 근데 이게 참 예리하네요. 아, 저 상황에서 바로 그냥 칼같이 플래시 받고 아 이게 또 이제 미드까지 오면은 또 이제 제로 선수가 쉽지가 않죠. 야 근데 진짜 JT 팀 그 바로 그냥 풀 박아버리는 거 진짜 무섭네요. 네, 이 와중에 라텔 선수가 계속 성장하고 있고 저는 약간 이번 판에서는 라텔 선수의 성장이 이번 게임을 풀어가는 좀 관건이 되지 않을까 싶어요. 할리퀸님이 보시기에는 조금 좋은 흐름인가요? 롤스터와의 경기 많이 보셨으니까. 네.
근데 아직 좀 더 지켜봐야 할 것 같아요.
아 역시 신중한.
것 같아요.
아
네, 그래도 상대는 이블린이고 우리 정글은 리신이니까
네.
좀 초반에 약간 좋게 흘러가면은 좋게 흘러가야 될 것 같아요.
맞아요. 근데 사실 이블린이 킬을 못 먹으면은 성장하기가 은근 힘들어가지고 이런 시작 좀 나쁘지 않을지도 괜찮을 것 같은데요.
1코어로 영혼 약탈자를 갔네요. 이블린.
그러게요. 뭔가 계속 보면은 그 지금 코르키, 제드, 이블린 다 이제 뭐더라? 그 룬 세팅도 스킬 가속 세팅이더라고요.
쿨감.
is in the position to go and challenge this mountain dragon. So it does look like the Kt.Ry does not want to maximize their, Rift Herald plus Ziggs combo. Oh, never mind. I think Daw is already pathing towards the Rift Herald because I believe that that's the best choice that they have.
이거는 근데 할 수 있을 것 같은데 굳이 안 하는 것 같네요. 근데 오히려 이거는 어설프게 그러니까 더 투자해야 될 것 같은데. 이거는 이렇게 들어오면은 그렇죠 힘들죠.
리신이.
그렇죠. 이거 괜찮은데요? 잠시 근데 리신이 죽으면 도선수 깨지고 이건 이제 열심히 도망쳐야 됩니다. 근데 아쉽긴 하네요. 근데 루나 선수가 최대한 견제한 다음에 빠지는 느낌. 근데 조금 쉽지 않네요 정말. 이게 진짜 코르키도 그렇고 계속 물고 늘어지니까 정말 쉽지 않습니다. 응? 오! 근데 잠시만요. 이거는 근데 킬은 안 날 것 같아요. 네. 근데 약간 지금 이블린이 성장하지 못하는 거는 좋은 것 같은데요. 계속. 와, 보호막도 빼고. 야, 확실히 참 라텔 선수
미드까지 밀고.
이거는 지금 한 번 더 또 몰아쳐서 막아내면은 영향이 클 것 같은데 일단은 안전하게 빠지는 느낌. 차내나요? 오!
오, 살았어요.
그러니까요.
Not really the best day for the airplane user.
야,
2, 7, 11, all those engages hasn't been on point. But still, tempo-wise, that's a good gift towards J-Team. Now again, just going back to my point, I think J-Team is pretty much respective of the fact that Kt.Ry was arriving go for the 7.
아, 롤스타이 이번 판 꼭 이겨야 되는데.
I think that J-Team, had it been
이번 판 이기고 다음 판 이겨야 그 지금 대회가 편하게 가거든요. 진짜 이번 판 무조건 이겨야 돼요.
but because of their last-minute flex,
네, 전 팀이랑 한 판씩 붙는 거예요. 그래서 이번 판
now Kt.Ry was
결과 상관없이 무조건
a chance.
NGX랑 붙습니다.
Another upset. Again, we're talking
잠시만요. 어? 어? 아, 피오라가 피가 너무 많이 난다. 아, 그렇죠. 지금 피오라 쪽에 그 망할 수 있는 여지라던가 이런 것들을 막아낸 게 좀 다행이에요. 근데 잭스가 AP 잭스로 크고 있어가지고 하이브리드로 크고 있어가지고 정말 힘들 것 같네요.
Oh wait, there was a rocket that canceled out his recall. Wait, did I see that right? Is that?
지금 밸류가 조금 솔직히 얘기해서 좋지가 않아요. 지금 상황이.
I thought that there was
그러니까
some brain damage.
아마 그 잭스의 성장을 망치는 게 조금 중요한 숙제 중 하나였는데 아, 잭스가 약간
Okay, it was
어떤
not-
느낌이냐면은 별로 크는데 문제가 없을 것 같은 위치에다가 교묘하게 살아가고 있어. 교묘하게 자리 잡고 있는 느낌이에요. 그렇다고 잭스를 따라다닐 수도 없고. 그다음에 이번에는 네, 꼭 용을 먹겠다라는 마인드. 아, 라테 선수 위치 적발됐죠. 이거는 그냥 반반으로 할 것 같아요. 반반으로 하고 일단은 네, 뒤쪽에서 일단 서로 다 미드 미는 중. 네, 용 먹고 이러면 탑 억제기까지 가는 거라서 이거는 막아야죠. 와, 그럼 여기서 이제 그 집에 가는 거 좀 천천히 노릴 것 같으니까 네, 이거 조심해야죠.
오,
아, 이거 제드가 이렇게까지 합류해주면은 와, 이거 밸류가 와, 상대가 진짜 어차피 그냥 쟤네 욕 먹게 해. 근데 약간 용 조금 편하게 못 먹게 조금 압박 넣어주면서 미드랑 탁 이득 보고 되게 매섭네요. 제드가 지금 피오라랑 1코어 차이 날 것 같은데. 피오라는 한타 참여하고 잭스는 그냥 밀었잖아요. 아, 근데 여기서
아이고.
에이. 아, 졌네요. 밀런 조금 꼴보기 싫습니다. 알잘딱 하세요.
It's a badly needed kill for Getsu, right? Like 0, 2, and 1. At least now he has that one kill to
네,
accelerate his
좀
build
쉽지
back.
않은 상황입니다.
Oh, there you go. Pan already has the Muramana and the Liandries and is about to go for the Riftmaker. Yep. So it's a trend item-wise for quirky users to have that double hunting knife lineup.
근데 이제는 진짜 상대가 바로는 트라이 할 수 있는 각이 나오면 트라이 하더라도 뭔가 이상하지 않은 느낌입니다. 어? 아, 이거는 네. 와, 이게 탑 2차까지 이렇게 막 미니까 시야에서
And now Ratel is being forced to face Don Hunter right now. And we have to remember that in 4v4 scenario without the Kt.Ry,
눈치 챙겨요, 여러분.
out a lot more tools. Oh, wait, hang on. DY.
오, 제어하다가 무섭다.
네.
So now it rolls to Y what they want to do here.
이게 그냥 상대가 우리 정글을 너무 자기 정글 마냥 자유롭게 다녀서
그렇죠. 심지어 하필 그 바론 쪽 정글, 그 바론 쪽에 그 탑 2차가 나가가지고
이제 계속 그 바론 치나 안 치나로 압박도 될 것 같고.
맞아요.
Ah, it's not
그냥 저쪽에 시야만 먹으면 게임이 좀 스무스하게 운영이 될 것 같아요. 야,
0711 is about to snag away a blue buff for JT, and they are successful in doing so. And again, although he has a
손파자 나왔네요, 잭스가.
I just don't think
맞아요.
that KT roster
지금 여기서 그나마 조금 가능한 전략은 제드나 잭스를 조금 자르고 이블린이나 이런, 그러니까 한타 때 이제 둘 중에 하나라도 좀 활약을 제대로 못하면은 좀 할만할 것 같아요. 여기서 한번 메이킹. 와 이게 좀 오우 씨.
아니 피오라가 보이자마자
이거 아마
좋네요.
뭔가 습관 같은 거일 것 같아요. 그러니까 여기서 쟤네 안 보인다 조심해라 이런 콜 나오니까 약간 계속 누르고 있었던 것 같아요. 그냥 다다다다다 누르고 있다가 그냥 이제 들어오면 오토로 이제 그냥 궁 걸리는 거죠. 그러면은 타겟팅 안 해도.
그쵸 그쵸.
네. 귀환하는 동안 누르고 있어도 귀환 안 끊기니까. 만약에 그라가스나 이런 애들이 갑자기 들어온다라고 하면은 저러면 대응 가능하죠. 그러게요. 지금 롤스터와이도 나름 노렸는데 저런 식으로 플레이를 참신하게 하는 그런 것들을 좀 예상을 못했을 텐데.
이블린이
오,
심했는데.
네, 근데 이거는 이거는 네, 네 미드에서 이블린이 이거 괜찮아요, 근데?
잭스.
네, 미드에서 이렇게 빠지고. 근데 괜찮습니다, 이거 롤스터 와이. 지금 여기서 좀 급하게 용을 먹으려고 할 것 같긴 하거든요. 지금 롤스터 와이가 억제할 수 있는 힘은 없고.
아이고
네.
JT는 용 먹었네요.
네, 이거는 제가 볼 때는 한 탑 쪽으로 좀 더 노려가지고 상대의 저쪽의 정글을 조금 장악하는 것도 나쁘지 않았을 것 같기도 한데 일단은 좀 안전하게 플레이하는 것 같아요. 와, 여기서
팔진이랑
네,
르라스가 붙이게 하고.
그러게요. 그냥 플래시도 그냥 바로 쓰고. 네, 이렇게 조금 선무전 되면은 다음 교전에서 루나 선수가 진짜 위험하죠. 하필 잭스랑 제드랑 뭐 이블린 다 같이 들어오면은 이건 솔직히 조금 생존을 보장하기 너무 어려운 것 같아요. 그럼 나머지 선수들끼리 뭔가를 해줘야 되는데 이러면 지금 최대한 롤스터와는 교전을 피하고 루나 선수는 안전한 포지션에 있고 그동안 상대가 조금 더 이득 보려고 할 테니까 다른 선수들이 조금 더 이제 무리를 할 수밖에 없는 입장이 되는 거죠. 이런 식으로 지금 루나 선수는 미드 지키게 하고 라텔 선수랑 노네 선수랑 도 선수랑 이렇게 코르키 템. 오. 네, 이거는 네 그냥 한 거 같죠. 아무 이유 없이. 오히려 네 알리스타가 그냥 뚜까뚜까 맞습니다. 궁 빠졌고요. 네, 그쵸. 미드에서 이때 해야죠. 여기서 이때 이득 못 보면 안 됩니다. 상대 아래 2명 있었기 때문에. 이거 걸 수 있어요.
아이고 궁으로 파잖아.
공하고 이건 죽을 것 같은데. 근데 잭스가 너무 커가지고.
일단 루나님.
와, 그러게요.
Luna might be in trouble, but he went back. And he
아
didn't
근데 루나 선수 이거
That's
살 수가
gonna be
없어요.
just one kill
어?
inside of JT.
사네요?
어?
야.
Run away to.
That's crazy. Don 128 by himself zoning 4
이거를
people.
저쪽으로.
It's a 1v4
그러니까요.
moment in where Don 128
아 근데 이게 장로가 하필
by himself. Crazy
킹필
play by the Jazz
장로가
player of GT.
He's so
아이고,
fantastic.
상대팀은 먼저
He's taking a lot of damage, but
네,
he's
좀
doing
클리어하고.
as much. And now,
아 근데 코르키가 오, 야.
canceled
오.
with a satchel charge. That engage was
아 근데 이거는 코르키가 있어가지고
Dragon, this can still go both
아 네
ways.
오케이 이거 너무 좋아요 너무 좋아요 제발 초기 아 근데 코르키가 미쳤네요 이거
일단 장로 초기화 됐고
아 네, 늙는다 늙어
They wanted Don 128 to be in a better position to push the wave.
근데 이거는 되게 괜찮은 것 같아요 코르키가 그 특급 회선 폭탄이 있을 때가 밸류가 제일 높았는데
Methodical and have your
네 이렇게 조금 스무스하게 가면은 굿.
ready to challenge the Elder Dragon. And so now J Team has decided to just go back, spend those unspent gold. They still are in a very good advantage.
아, 근데 롤스타이 대단한 게 상대가 이렇게 피곤하게 하는데도 골드 진짜 잘 따라가고 있습니다 여러분 롤스타이 열심히 응원해주세요
In the bank.
Also why what's happening, they're losing a lot of the damage department. I'm seeing a lot of damage from JT over now. Because even with the missile barrages coming from this Corki, it's enough to even fight against the Bowser bombs from Luna. The only caveat, the only big difference is that Luna has the Mega Inferno bomb that needs to get at the right place because that's the only damage that they have.
Like at this point,
이거는
이블린이 오는데
difference.
근데
네 이거는 잘 회피했죠
아이고 알리스타
아 근데 약간 갈린 것 같고 도 선수가 아오 이거는 도 선수도 위험할 수 있어요
이러면 알리스타
오 이거 오히려 기회일 수 있어요 텔포로 와주고 이러면은 네 이러면 괜찮을 수 있어요 근데 경직으로 한번 버티고 아 라테 선수가 죽긴 하는데 와 예지 진짜 드럽게 잘하네 아씨
와 쟤도 엄청 세네
그러게요 아
Oh, J18 cleans house. Is trying now to threaten a potential.
아 이거는
0711
촉발됐죠
company. They're not yet done with their food.
이 끄고 근데 이거는 아 탑 억제기 밀릴 뻔했는데 다행이네요
At least that's a decent.
아 진짜 힘들다
They were able to at least stop the rampage that J-Team was on.
근데 지금 제가 봤을 때는 한타를 했을 때에 힘들긴 하긴 하거든요 완전 꽝한타는 힘들 수 있는데 근데 풀스펠에 경직 마법 있는 루나 선수라면은 다를 수 있고 그 다음에 지금 한타 한번 잘하면은 괜찮아요 지금 제가 봤을 때는 아직 40%인 것 같아요
알리스타가
네 알리스타가 진짜 양호졌어요 밀고 그 플래시 그러니까 쿵 플래시 여기서가 진짜 와 근데 그냥 얌전히 밀리나 했는데 와 진짜 롤스터가 대단하네요
Even Don 128, right? Do you ever expect the Jax to leap strike towards the Honey Fruit to dodge out the Sonic Wave? Dude, plays like this is the reason why it's so exciting to watch Wild Rift League Asia.
아 근데 양쪽 다 이제 용하고 전령 아무것도 안 가져가는 게
Every move, every moment coming from all these players because why not, right? Like you look at 0711, he is again on a mission.
0711 not seen there with a living shadow on their side. Luna, oh no, he's gonna be trapped here. He's gonna be seen. That's gonna be the time.
아 이게 이렇게
Numel was able to run away, but with that,
아, 근데 딜이
look at top side. Don 128 is already pushing there.
어?
And they have the Elder Drake at the ready.
아이고,
Don could go in.
중량
He has a lot of
쓰고.
damage, but
에, 아 이거 근데 너무 이게 지금 보내면 안 되니까
here comes the ultimate.
어떻게 멱살 잡고서 끌어가는 느낌인 것
Now
같죠?
the man advantage is now down.
Oh,
Zero needs to run away.
God.
He realizes that's gonna be a miracle for Roster Y, but no, he didn't. And that's gonna be enough.
네, 바로 보내면 안 되니까. 저 잠시만요.
0711
전화
is starting
와가지고.
to become an agent right now. Call him Agent 0711 because every time that he goes for the stealthy missions, positive things happen
아이고야.
for J Team, and now they're starting this
네,
Elder
이블린이
Dragon
너무
for themselves here. Dash, oh my god,
인신 활용을
what a team
잘하네.
fight.
This again another start for them with J Team. Push back from this dragon. They're still afraid that Doll has enough damage because one Sonic Wave that Resonating Strike could potentially steal the dragon. That's why they don't want to take that risk.
Zero, even being put on a Garen, was subbed in for one reason, to be that bright spot for Kt.Ry Roster Y, and with 4 kills on the Garen, only surrendering that one death in that last instance is a revelation as to how flipped a Kt.Ry Roster Y game plan can, turn from game 2 to game number 4. Dude, what a luxury to have a sub player named Zero.
Now with that, it's gonna be the chance for Roster Y to find a straggler on the side of J Team. Are they gonna be able to end it? So far, Zero has been a good element for them to maybe turn things around because of the Demolition Justice. Now, if they get 0711 to half HP, that could potentially be the winning condition here of Roster Y.
And again, Dash, Agent 0711, right? Like, he again is maximizing his stealth, trying to go for the flank, trying to go for the head of Luna. He was successful just a couple of while back. He wants to do the same, right? He's trying to find the best angle possible. Oh, charm.
Even gonna be scary though. Top
Zero?
side though, Zero fighting a 1v1. They were rather 2v1 and he might be dead. And Ignite is enough for them to get the kill. And now Nomel might be the punishment here for the side of J Team. If they get the kill on Nomel here, this is gonna be big. It's gonna be a 3v5. They can go for the push. The flash happened and don't want to wait was able to get it. Luna's gonna be the last one. The next target from J Team. Nope, they don't need to really go for this. They're being impatient. 0711 might be killed here by Doll, but it is not gonna continue. Look at bot side.
Yeah, Rattel split pushing. Hall breaker already available. And did you see that launch damage against Yeti? Yeti is already half health. Riposte going to be used to cancel out the damage, but there's here comes the flank. Outplay.
Having a 1v1. Oh no, Yeti got the kill on him. Now this is gonna be bad. Now with 2 people, or rather 3 people down on the side of Roster Y, they could easily take this Elder Drake. Daw and Luna, they need to make the magic happen. They have the Mega Inferno Bomb ready. They might be able to steal it. No, it was not possible because that Elder Drake is gonna be taken by J Team and they're gonna take it home.
Yeti. Oh man. The man just redeemed himself from a very bad early game to now becoming the MVP that J Team needed. Like that solo kill against Rattel was the reason why they're in firm control of this game. Like 26 minutes in, already towers already deteriorating by themselves. They're already burning down, and with the Elder Dragon buff, I believe that J Team already is smelling the victory that and the advantage that they need to really get that one win in this best of 1.
That's gonna be it. Nomel gonna be chased down. Very tanky. Might not get killed. Good Dragon's Rage to save his teammate. But would Nomel be able to run away from here? The Elder Drake is gonna get the kill on him. The Dragon's Breath on Rattel is gonna be the next one coming, because that's gonna be it. 2 people down. Roster Y at the loss, and what to do? It's 5 people slowly going to their bases.
Can't do a thing against the Elder Dragon buff. Still half in its duration, which means the J Team could just wait for the minions to come in and.
아이고, 사목책에 나간 거.
It's gonna be the last stand for Roster Y.
다섯
Not a
명이서
carry champion for Zero. He's not gonna be
압박하는데.
able to do much. Luna has now been caught. They have the stasis on the guy, but now they
아이고야,
got the kill with the
밀렸다.
last caress. And this is gonna be the end of it. J Team redeems themselves from that loss from MGX.
It took 26 minutes for J Team to dismantle and finally get that killing blow onto towards the nexus of Kt.Ry Roster Y. But still, the story is Kt.Ry Roster Y is now on a 0-2 standing. Meanwhile, J Team was able to get an even record now and is tied with Nigma Galaxy at 1-1. Oh man, what a game. Zero did his part. have to
Yeah.
give and tip my hat on this guy. Like, even on the Garen, he was making plays, but there was one point in where he overestimated his tankiness. He met with the Zed, he met with the Evelyn, and the double assassin was able to shred down the health bars of Garen as if he was nothing.
That's also the time in where they already have the Cyril's Grudge, they already have the voice stab on that Evelyn. That's why it's gonna shred through that Garen for sure. And that's why during this game, it was honestly a good try from Kt.Ry, but during the start, you said it, during the start, it's gonna be hard for them to fight against J team during the late game, and that happened. When late game came through, it was hard for them to even deal any damage. The only good thing about their lineup is that Zero was able to get good Demolition Justices against them.
Yeah, but that's just a Garen, right? Like, it's not as
Yeah,
impactful
just
as
one
the other
person.
champions that Zero has. Like, imagine if he was on the Akali, maybe he could have impacted the game a little bit more. And now on the other side, Rattel being tasked to carry Kt.Ry, he can be that hero. He can heavy lift for Kt.Ry, but the amount of attention that is being pinned down on him by J Team, right? Like, Yahtzee being there. There will be instances in where Don128 will be his arch nemesis, and it was just so hard to do for Kt.Ry. It was definitely a game that we predicted correctly just from the way it was drafted, that, hey, you know what, when it comes to execution, it's a lot harder for Kt.Ry.
Yeah, and honestly, Dodge tried his best to really help out Rattel in order for him to carry the game, but in the end, it was still not enough. Because remember, they have a Jax on the other side. The Jax is gonna be the biggest enemy of Fiora every time. Fiora needs to hit the weak spots, Jax just needs to bash him with the staff that he has, and that's the biggest advantage that the Jax has.
Just do his thing with his staff, right? Like, it's not even a weapon. Oh,
That's true.
Dude.
That's a lantern. Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. But again, it's J Team. They are known for having the best mechanics. Is this the really expectancy that I do have of this team? Is this the form in where I expected J Team to be on? Absolutely not. I feel that they are still lacking in so many ways, and I feel, you know, that the win by NGX against them was actually not a fluke, because even against Kt.Ry, they struggled to finish the game as fast as possible. The game went the distance. The game went towards the south of, went towards the south of 26 minutes, which means that there still is an opportunity for Kt.Ry to win. Had it been that the Elder Dragon was won or was taken by Kt.Ry, sure, whatever advantages that you have composition wise, you can throw it out of the window, because the Elder Dragon is just so OP.
Honestly, it's really hard though, especially for J Team. Surprisingly, they're surprised the Evelyn during the playoffs. They've used it. They've used that card already. That's why everybody knows what to do against that. They're still keeping them.
안 돼요.
I wish this is just a fluke, or
이게 어디
has a bigger
근데 좀 잭스가 무난하게 진짜
their conditioning.
두 번째 드래곤부터가 조금 거기서 좀 말린 것 같죠?
That's good. If you're Kt.Ry, now they have
I mean, if it's against Dawn, no, but
a very clean and
여기 때는 괜찮았는데
respect.
이쯤에
Things to go for
any value, not assassinate. Yeah, you can. I think so.
여기서 롤스터와이가 투자하다가 근데 상대가 진짜 좀 야무지게 이용한 것 같아요. 근데 이렇게 되면은 약간 잠시만요. 잠시만요. 통화 와가지고.
Yeah, considering that he has the edge of night too, it's gonna be hard for 0711 to do anything against him. Explosive gas gonna be there. The knockup is gonna be helpful for DY, but is it gonna buy some time? Rattel onto the back line has to already breach the members here, and they can't even get the kill on him. Mega Inferno Bomb has been used. 0711 so far and wasn't able to do anything except Don128 has already been doing his job on top side.
Oh, Jax, you cannot leave him for a second. Oh no.
Yeah, the Melby chase down. Here it comes. Here comes Yahtzee. This is the redemption time for this guy, and he got his kill at first, and that's what they needed.
I think the tower on the top lane just got destroyed. We're going to closely look into that later, but that's a massive win for J Team. Yes, Kt.Ry was able to even out the dragon count, but the tempo And the pressure is going to get onto the heads of Kt.Ry. So why that they cannot leave topside?
Honestly, I'm liking this meta and where Alistar is there. I just hope that they find something come the grand finals, come the semifinals, quarterfinals to fight against that Alistar. But again, everybody, yeah, okay.
Dash, before we go to break, okay, so that before we go to break, all right, I'm Autolus. Who am I now? Superman effect.
Who are you now?
Superman effect. You don't know Superman effect? Never mind. Let's go to the break.
It's Clark Kent. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Oh man.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. But okay, everybody, thank you very much for that. We still have Game 5 and Game 6. See you guys in just a bit.
Name's Horn. No further pleasantries needed. All I need is myself. And hammer. Nailed it. I split mountains with my roar. All will crumble.
Game 5, APAC versus APAC, and this is where we're gonna see if Chris, or rather, Monster Y would be able to take maybe a 0-2 or maybe get a 0-3, or they would be able to continue back. Let's see if that's gonna happen.
You wanted to. Okay, so we were talking about a specific fan, and Dash was just about to mention the fan's name, but hey, you know what, right? Like, you had the freedom to do so.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, I did not expect Dash to not be on point today. Huh, okay.
Yeah.
Was not, the Superman joke also flown over towards your head? Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm just in Demasha right now. That's why I'm...
In theory, is that you? But anyway,
Yeah.
Dash and Nautilus, again, my friends, we are now entering the 5th game of the day. The 5th best of 1, and this time it will be between NGX, the number 1 team from APAC, going against the number 2 team of APAC of Kt.Ry. We have to remember that during the upper bracket finals, it took NGX 7 games to finally get over the hump and finally get that win against Kt.Ry. Now, Kt.Ry is going for a very quick substitution. I don't think this is right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, right. Okay. It's going to be Haku, actually. Right. So the substitution is really confirmed, and we are going to see Haku again. Despite the very good performance of Zero during that last game, I feel that they were cornered into having Zero play the Garen just because of J Team's draft of taking away the Zed.
Yeah, I was surprised though, because if ever they picked up the Akali during that game, if it's against us, it's gonna be an equal matchup at least, or at least it's a skill matchup. But they didn't want a skill matchup to happen. They just wanted to go for an easy fight. If ever, the Garen is just an easy counter to the Zed. But moving forward, they shouldn't do that. They would really need to put themselves forward. If they don't want, honestly, they don't have any getaway cards now, even if they win against NGX.
Yeah, like if they ever win against NGX, the best record that they can have is 1-2, which is good for 3rd place / 4th place. And we have to remember that at 3rd place / 4th place, that just means that you will start round number 2 with a do or die right away, right? And it is a best of 3 for round number 1, so you kind of want to avoid it. For NGX though, if they end up winning this, they will improve their record for the day to 2-1, 2 wins to 1 loss. And yeah, if our predictions are right, that KBG would be winning the last game against J Team, then we have a situation in where there will be no tiebreakers needed, right? So
yeah, if that happens though, that's gonna be way better for everybody. But at least if it's a 3rd and 4th matchup, it's also gonna be okay if NGX and Ry shares a 1-2, and that the only thing that's bad there for NGX is that they had a chance to get a 2nd place. But will that be able to happen? Let's see if that's gonna work right now for the side of NGX, or would Ry take them down with them?
Yeah, that's
place?
right. Like, if you want to be a bro, does Kt.Ry want to be a bro? Or like,
yeah,
like it's a case in where if Kt.Ry ever wins this and drags NGX with them in a 3rd to 4th, then they're looking at a potential. They have a better chance of coming out of round 1 at the expense of NGX. Lots of implication, but to simplify everything, NGX, if they ever win this, it's pretty much secured of a 2nd place for them. If Kt.Ry wins this, that means that NGX might go down to the 3rd / 4th place.
Yeah, and there's a possibility of getting a 1-2 maybe, so that can be based on time, as everybody said. So on this one, NGX and Ry, what they can do is just to put the Jax out of his place, and Rattel might be able to get that Fiora again later on, but there's still a lot of champions to look at. The Camille hasn't been banned yet.
8 procs, right? With Nectin. Gragas is also a very good champion to prioritize if you're in GX. Yeah, Alistar. Wow, okay. You were on point on this one, Dash. I never expected that the Alistar's prevalence and priority would go over the Gragas, because we all know that Gragas has been the favorite of almost all teams here in WRL Asia, but it does turn out, the easier access to that heavy crowd control and being able to tank a huge amount of damage at level 5 is the reason why Alistar is the go-to.
Yeah, and really surprised the big changes in her patches recently. But now, with NGX availability of the Kai'Sa, Corki's gonna get picked up by the side of roster. Why Kai'Sa is gonna be picked by NGX for sure.
Yeah,
Just
even
a
Kai.
reaction for this damage. And the
Ooh.
Varus also could be taken by Demon Kai.
They could go for the Varus and the Kai'Sa. We have to
Yep.
remember that, you know, the Kai'Sa is AP damage route, but that is putting too much pressure on towards Just because and Hyde, because we have to remember that, you know what, if Kt.Ry or Y ever sniffs that you are doubling down on getting the double scaling composition, they can ban away one of your players, specifically Hyde. Now Hyde is going back to his Renekton. I did explain, you know, in the previous times that I've casted this guy, that this I think is the perfect fit for him. He plays on the weak side, is fine by himself, and if you ever go and gank his lane, the ease of execution to go for that Ruthless Predator combo will always be there.
Really surprised that they didn't pick the Kai'Sa on both sides. Could have been great if ever Roster Y would be able to take it with the Corki. That's a lot of damage already if you take that together with the Corki. But again, Yone getting banned. They don't want Just Chi. They have really smelled that from a mile away because Just Chi could potentially take it again.
I don't think it's a good idea to try to ban away Just Chi this late in the game, right? Like, or this late in the drafting phase, because he has a lot of champions that he can work with. He can go for the Lee Sin. He can go for the Xin Zhao. Kha'Zix is also always going to be an option. So if you're Kt.Ry Rosa, I believe, you know, this is the time for them to pressure the Kha'Zix ban from NGX. Because if I'm Kt.Ry Rosa, yeah, you ban away the Volibear, and if you're NGX, you ban away the Kha'Zix, right?
Mm-hmm. What other choices did they have here? Because the Kai'Sa is still not getting banned on both sides. With NGX giving that availability for the side of Roster Y, are they going to be taking it to their side, or are they going to just opt for the Zeri here for Roster Y? No, the Kha'Zix has been...
Yeah, the Kha'Zix has been one of the best champions of Daw. And again, if I'm to compare his playstyle on Kha'Zix and his playstyle on Lee Sin, I feel that, you know, the Kha'Zix is a better option for Daw because he plays it so smartly. He's going to not really mesmerize you. He's not really going to be flashy with all those skills. He will just play it standard, play it academic, you know, go for the 50-50 wins in dragon fights. But the best answer to a Kha'Zix is just his Lee Sin.
Lee Sin to a Kha'Zix. Usually he's very favored towards the Lee Sin just because of the utility in the late game. But the Kha'Zix, if ever he gets a snowball, he's going to be a threat to both these ADCs from the side of NGX. Roster Y be able to pick something else here. Oh, they went for the Rakan and Gragas.
Oh, that's... I don't think that's a... What?
Not enough damage.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Kt.Ry Roster Y again is doubling down on their tank mid laner, which is kind of a surprise, given the fact that, you know, this Garen can just easily get shredded down by a double marksman composition. I just don't think this is a good idea. Have your Kt.Ry Roster Y.
Yeah, I'll be more specific. It's a Varus and a Kai'Sa. They have HP damage, so this is gonna be hard for them, though. I mean, one of the things that's good about this, though, is that they used this before. The Gragas in the mid lane, they've used that a lot of times, just for them to have a safer lane. But if you give a safe lane to a Kai'Sa, that's not good, because the Kai'Sa is just gonna get items.
Hey, did you see the voter share? 59% for Kt.Ry Roster Y, then 41% for NGX.
Really?
Okay, lots of debtors. In the
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think those doubters will shake, because I just think that this lineup is so NGX. It's so NGX, right? Like, the blueprint of this draft is to play around Just Chi, have Hyde on the weak side, but because Just Chi is on the Lee Sin, the threat to go for a 2v2 Lee Sin and Renekton as a pair is the best duo that you can ever ask for.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure what they're looking at here for the side of Roster Y, because yes, they have been drafting really greatly. They have been flexible about their draft, but the problem there is they're losing a bit of that damage every time. Yes, they have someone to execute, like the Kha'Zix, but they don't have someone to shred them first. And that's
Oh.
what NGX has right now.
And now you look at NGX; they're willing to flip the map and send over their duo lane here in the top lane. Just again, the way they recognize things is they want to hide on the weak side of the map and they want to put on the pressure during the first few stages of the game. NGX, when talking about them, right? Oh wait, hang on, what's happening? Huh? Wait,
They're trying to go for the dive though, but NGX.
What?
This is too aggressive, just pushing him back, and Luna now super low. They don't want Luna to take the honey fruit in the mid lane.
that's crazy. What? NGX was not minding the tower at all and just knows how to space correctly to not aggro the tower. And again, that's the small plays, but very
루나
confident one
선수가
from NGX.
미드예요.
Yeah, that confidence could have led them to a first
미드에서
blood.
라인을 받으시네요.
They had the right skills. They weren't just level 2. And when they got to level 2, that was a bit too late. Now with Kt.Ry just adjusting to what happened. Now this is going to be a good matchup on the top side.
아, NGX가 투원딜 뽑았구나.
And did you see the adaptation by NGX? They knew right away that they would be sending.
네, 이거 패치 적용 전이래요.
And so this Renekton versus Gragas. Oh, perfect combo coming from Aaron. Exhaust being
This guy.
invested as well. Yeah, he knows. He knows that he has the
Oh,
burst
카이사
advantage
세다.
against the Corki at this point. Like, you are forcing away Luna to back away at a very awkward state.
Yeah, regular season, Aaron really just stepped up right now.
True.
And now that we're here on the finals, this guy is brimming with confidence.
Exactly. Oh man, you look at all the lanes. Every single one of them is a winning lane for Enigma Galaxy. Just off of that beautiful lane swap that Enigma Galaxy did, Kt.Ry was forced to take losing fights or losing lanes on all angles. Oh man, massive.
오, 알리스타가 숨어
Not
있었는데.
enough damage though. They don't have the piercing arrow. That's why
오,
Mattel's gonna
강인함.
survive
다른
this top side.
강인함으로.
And looking at it, Daw, this is very smart. As you said,
지나가네요.
it's very smart at using the
Oh, yeah.
Kha'Zix and denying a level 5 from just Cheese Big.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the smartest Kha'Zix players I've ever seen. He's going to play Kha'Zix differently, right? Like at level 9, it is possible that Daw would evolve his pokes instead of going for the leaps because he doesn't mind not having those resets, right? All he wants is to be able to play for the team. Oh, just she gets caught here by Numel. What game sense coming from Numel?
Ooh, really good though. Now they are aware that just Hu's here, so they're not gonna continue in any fights even without inhibition on their side. Now, this is gonna be a fight that I'm looking forward to. Ruthless Predator, the damage from high is not gonna be enough, but Haku is just gonna deny him time. Ruthless
one
Predator
more
not there yet, and a
오히려
good flash.
따여버리는
Level up
모습.
from Haku was a reason
아,
why he survived.
살았네요.
True. And so now the advantage is on Kt.Ry. Also, I believe he did not expect the amount of tankiness that Krakus does possess. And that's a big blow towards NGX's side. Okay, this steal. Did it happen? Numel?
Grand Edge is gonna be there. Here comes the knock up to their side, and NGX, yes, she's super low HP. They're not gonna continue the fight, but NGX with Unbreakable Will on
알리스타
draw, with the
풀까지.
exhaust almost. That was carry.
And now Kt.Ry was able to reverse the script. Now they are on the advantage. They're snacking away some jungle camps. They were able to get the first blood here against side. I was wondering what itemization Haku went for, and just trying to figure out why High did not have enough damage to kill the Gragas. Because oftentimes, that's the power spike of a Renekton, right?
Yeah.
It is. You go for the black cleave. Oh, okay, so that's why. All right, so he went for the black cleaver, going for the safer route instead of going for the blade of the Winging for dueling prowess. But again, right, if you are High, I guess it's more of him overestimating his damage and thinking that he had a proper angle to go for that solo kill. But turns out Kt.Ry is just so prepared.
Yeah, now with Daw having 1 kill, this is exactly what he needs. This is going to be one of the biggest variables here, is that giving Daw a lot of kills could potentially turn the tides around for the side of NGX. And now, what are they willing to do here for NGX? Because with the advantage, with their placement, and having a lot of space on most of their lanes, they could really choose what they want to.
Oh, Aaron has to be careful. Like, there's 3 people willing to engage on him. Oh, man. Again, Daw. his most successful champion in the jungle has been the Kha'Zix, and you would see here in this game, so far he was able to mitigate the impact of these
저는
early game
NGX가
towers, and is now going
불용을
for a trade for this
먹었습니다.
objective.
Again, going for another
RY는
dragon. For the
점령을
NGX, they really
선택했고요.
have been prioritizing these dragons. Because it's really going to be helpful for them. They want to go for the late game grand entrance going to be there.
아이고,
No follow up whatsoever.
그
Luna was
막판에
able to get a package, but not
뭘
enough teammates
썼는데
there to help him out.
He went
이신이.
over the wall. I don't think he wanted that. Good thing is that he still has the Valkyrie to disengage. But again, this Wrla is going to take down this tower in the mid lane with enough damage coming from the members of Kt.Ry. They might just be able to. Oh, not enough. At least so far, NGX successful in their defense attempt here in the mid lane.
Weren't able to crush the wave. That's why they weren't able to take it. But now, NGX is ready for any ganks coming in from Why they already knew that they were pathing onto the bot side of the map. That's why they backed away a bit. Now, with this, still, we're back to that lull state in the game because NGX doesn't really want to take the fights.
Yeah, they can't now because of the advantage that Doll was able to get with that first blood. You look at the gold advantage that Doll has.
알리스타랑 라칸 둘 다 벨트에다가 로라님은
Now NGX is already starting to play
지금
around the map, and this is
AP
what's great when you have the
아마
Inferno Rip.
균생
You have a
올리신
lot
것
of space
같네요.
in order for you to go for it. Now just wants to go for the steal.
아이고.
Successful, but they have the knockup. Might be successful to
아이고,
go for the steal, and
죽었다.
Numel's gonna be dead. That Purple Build Enchant was the savior for NGX.
알리스타가 좋긴
We'll see.
하네요.
They're not get done.
Yeah, Valkyrie
도망가던 거
Luna's gonna be the
플래시
target headbutt to
공으로
push him
That's a
back,
bigger
and
kill.
that's 2 kills for NGX.
And that's a bigger kill for sure. Right now, they can pressure down the tower here in the bot lane. So many tower plates heading over to NGX. Like, you look at the top lane,
카이사
solo
엄청
kill.
아파요.
Aaron.
That
Not
was
enough.
close though. It's a good thing that Rattel has the courage in order for him to really survive that. That
Yeah.
really mitigated a lot of the damage there. And now, a good answer right here from Why was that they wanted to go for the mid lane. But because NGX knew that, they weren't able to take down the tower mid lane.
True, and now NGX is enjoying tower plate here in the bot lane. Daw can go ahead and contest, but because Draw was there, he's enough by himself to scare the members of Kt.Ry. And again, a huge tempo upswing for NGX just because of that beautiful play in the bot lane. Oh man, the double scaling composition of NGX will just thrive in the setup.
Okay, Why? What can they do here? We always really said that
화이팅 화이팅
whenever you have a Kha'Zix in your team, you would really need to have a
이깁시다
lot of kills.
RY.
Having this 1 kill and a low kill count game is not going to be favoring Why, especially that we talked about their composition. Even if they have
카이사
the core key,
엄청 잘
it's
컸네요.
not going to be enough damage in order for Daw to be confident on executing anybody.
Right, like this is a virus that is so different from what we were
1,800
accustomed to
원.
seeing during the group stages. Oh, hide. Where's that?
Yeah, going top side, great knockup. That's going to be a kill.
Okay, that's kind of expected, right? Heavy investment on the top side means that NGX would go for a trade, and their trade is massive. They are able to take down the tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, bot lane tower 2 has been taken down, and this is going to be good. At least they got one. They're not going to continue. Nope. Y still wants to double down. They want to take down tower. Second tier turret on the top side. Just for them to have an equal trade against NGX.
Tempo upswing for sure.
밀었고,
This time around for KT Wilson Ward, but NGX not yet done. Going to trade the tower for a
차를
tower
잃었네요.
as well. And the biggest prize is this tower here in the mid lane. And just the fact that NGX was able to defend this tower is massive for NGX. Oh man, 9 minutes in. Still, with a tower standing strong here in the mid lane, even despite having the Rift that are invested onto it, that's the NGX that we know, right?
Yeah, just a bit more, and NGX would be able to get closer to this dragon. They got the first dragon, now they need to take the second, get this to a triple dragon threat against Y, and they are already recalling just for them to get a reset. But that might be detrimental because of that. This tower in the mid lane is gonna fall.
Yeah, finally, okay, Rattel was able to find that final slash against the tower here in the mid lane, and the better positioning is on towards Kt.Ry. Package available for Luna as well. This could be the game breaker team fight. This second dragon is so important for both squads.
Yep, important. How are they gonna approach this NGX? Not in a really good
Why is
position.
a
Also,
pink?
Y has better space. So with Luna having the package, they're pressured to go in because this package is gonna expire in just a bit.
Yep, pokes coming from Luna answered immediately by the Kaisa. And we all know that the Void Seeker can just reset in 2 seconds. You look at Hyde, perfect positioning by him. I think he got spotted, or maybe not. We'll see.
Not gonna see where Hyde is. They're waiting for the package to expire. That's why NGX is not taking any chances. Grand entrance onto Hyde. Not quickness from the Mel. Not any use. No ultimate just yet. Luna doesn't have any more of that package.
It's
So
expired.
this is gonna be good for their
아니,
side. So
카이사 또
NGX has a
빌지니.
chance now. They're positioning
왜
themselves.
저래?
But they're not on the same page just yet. So that's why Roster-Ry is just gonna converge on them.
I felt on Luna just off of 2 Void Seekers coming from Aaron, and if you are NGX, there's no reason for them to start this dragon. They have 2 champions that can just poke you for this.
Oh my!
This is so scary if you are Kt.Ry or Y. Now Luna is being forced to run away.
Yeah. It's a Miko. Oh, if that hit, that could have been the biggest one yet. And now Mountain Drake's gonna be taken by NGX because they know that Luna is out of the picture. Dawn might be able to steal it. He flashed in. He wasn't able to. They have a chain of corruption. Gonna be holding down the members right here of Roster-Ry. They're not gonna be able to move at the back line. Demon Kite has been taken down. Dawn would be kicked to
아이고,
oblivion.
리신
And that's gonna
궁까지
be it for
맞았고.
NGX.
Oh, another engage by Draw!
아이스타
They're not yet done.
쿵쾅에다가
Luna was able to Valkyrie away, and the Void
카이사가
Seeker was able to
공타고
hit again.
왔네.
And NGX, oh
He's
no,
burning,
Draw is
he's
gonna be
burning, he's
chasing him
burning.
down. He tried to dodge, and that's the mistake right there.
아이고야.
Headbutt from Draw.
카이사가 너무 세네요.
Clank, call Draw for the assassination. In the end, NGX cleans out 2 dragons for themselves as well. We look into that replay and saw how it all happened. We have to remember that Luna is already out of the picture. 50-50 is going in the favor of Just She in this game just because Daw was not in the possession and because of the man advantage that NGX has, amount of crowd control that they have as well. It's just so easy to do this. You know, assassination, 1 by 1. Void Seekers hitting left and right, and again, Draw, final kill with the Dead Man's Plate. That's a very dead Luna.
What's unfortunate there is that Luna just came back. And after he came back, he got killed again. And that's just unfortunate. He wasn't even able to deal a lot of damage during that fight because he was not there. He was just an observer. And he got killed in the end. That's so unfortunate for Roster-Ry. Now with the 8k gold lead for the side of NGX, this could potentially be the time in where Daw is just gonna get outscaled right here by the members of NGX because, as we said, they didn't have enough damage and it just showed during that fight.
Indeed, it's so big of a lead right now. Like 2 dragons plus 8k gold lead with the early game composition that NGX has
와,
right
알리스타
now.
벨트랑
Oh
Double
man,
man
what
now
a
coming
combo.
with the Dragon's Rage with a double man. That's perfect. And now Roster-Ry wasn't able to get anything out of that. And NGX is still going to back away. Good thing, not enough damage from NGX.
True, and now Aaron can still continue to do what he is best at, which is to poke. Just poke and poke.
No goes in. Another knockoff coming in
Oh,
to save
아니,
him out.
oh,
And
he's
that's
dead.
going to be the much injustice to get
우와,
the kill.
약간
That's
이걸
2
샀어요.
in front of Roster-Ry.
Wow, Kt.Ry Roster-Ry clutching it out, was able to take down the primary nemesis of them. But NGX is lucky that they have enough vision here in this Baron Pit and they're not being forced to face check because Haku and Retal is just waiting.
Body slam, explosive gas, good Dragon's Rage. They're gonna follow through. Just She wasn't able to get the kill on them though. If he gets killed, yes, it's gonna be
more?
bad for them
Okay.
though. Demon King
Demon
gets one.
Kite.
And look at the back line though. Hyde wants to
아,
go for
저거까지
Dawn, but
잡으면
he's not successful. Not enough damage from this guy.
Piercing arrow.
Dawn needs to space
아,
himself
저걸
out.
사나?
The
어,
flash
저걸
happened
사네?
by NGX.
아, 돌아왔습니다. 죄송해요. 아, 잠깐 이거 어떻게 되고 있던 거죠, 지금? 통화가 한 30분 동안 해가지고
Signs of life, signs of life.
아, 근데 방금 한타는 엄청 좋았던 것 같은데.
Waiting for the perfect angle, but that
근데
dragon
좋긴 한데 약간 살짝 아쉬워가지고
to get at least one
바루스랑
kill in the
레넥톤
just the fact that Demon Kite
둘 중
survived
한 명만
as
더
well
잡았으면
is
좋았을
the
것
biggest
같은데
that he could ask for.
아, 그러게요. 지금
아쉽게 놓쳐가지고
아, 그러게요. 근데 확실히 롤스터와이가 초반에 전령 쪽으로 메타를 많이 잡았는데 갑자기 이제 오늘은 용쪽 세팅이 너무 많이 중요해져가지고 좀 쉽지가 않은 것 같긴 하네요. 아,
Still far from
이용의 6,000 골드 차이 좀 쉽지 않긴 한데 그래도 롤스터와이 후반 밸류가 괜찮아가지고. 형 어디 갔어? 통화하느라고, 중요한 통화하느라고.
or the safest composition of them all, which is to have a Kaisa throw Void Seekers one after another. It's been Nomel that's doing the miracle work for Kt.Ry, but if NGX just becomes mindful of his engages, then yeah, NGX would still be okay in the current state of the game.
Honestly, they have double marksman, as we said. This is one of the
죄송해요. 갑자기 초면에 이렇게 방송 떠받게 해드려가지고.
아니 저는 말을 그렇게 하겠던 건 아니라.
오케이, 이거는 오케이 먹었고. 이 다음에 근데 조금 살기 어려울 것 같은데. 이거는.
아이고 나머지라도.
에이, 근데 너무 많이 죽어가지고.
아이고.
아우.
맞고.
이건 너무 잠시만요. 잠시만, 도 선수 죽으면 안 돼요. 절대 안 돼.
와 주냐. 도망쳐. 근데 이거.
잠깐만요. 탈락 아니에요. 탈락은 아니고.
아이고 밀려버렸네요.
그러게 이거는 탈락은 아니고 내일 첫 경기 3, 4위전에 3판 2선승제로 합니다. 아니, 3, 4위전에서. 그래서 이제 모든 팀을 다 꺾어야 올라갈 수가 있어요. 근데 NGX도 진짜 강해졌다. 어떡하나. 아이고. 어떡해요. 그래도 아마 JT 데몬카이트 선수 폼 제대로네. 그러니까요. 이전에 그룹 리그 했을 때보다 훨씬 더 폼이 올라가지고 진짜 좀 까다롭네요. 이게 결국은 이 다음 레벨을 갔을 때 어느 팀이 더 먼저 적응하고 더 먼저 폼을 또 이제 한 번 더 각성을 하냐 그거거든요. 이런 토너먼트나 이런 대회 같은 경우는. 근데 이제 다른 팀들이 다 각성해 와가지고 좀 쉽지가 않을 것 같습니다. 어떻게 알리키님은 어떻게 보셨나요? 지금
저 눈물을 먹은 거 맞죠?
정말 쉽지가 않네요. 네.
내일 저 쪽쪽 이기면 되지 않을까요? 이제 내일부터 이제 인생길 타면 되죠.
맞죠. 아마 이제 그러니까 정확히 어느 팀이 이게 하게 될지 모르겠는데 아마 높은 확률로 JT랑 하게 될 것 같아요. JT랑 3, 4위전 하고 JT 이기면은 아마 KBG랑 하고 그 다음에 KBG가 아니고 NGX랑 하고 그 다음에 이제 KBG랑 마지막 결승전 하는 느낌이 되겠죠. 그럴 것 같습니다. 자, 일단은 이 뒤에 경기들이 있긴 한데 저는 이제 사실 롤스터와의 경기 보려고 한 거라서 일단은 저는 좀 여기까지 보고 마지막 한 경기만 남았어요. JT랑 KBG 간의 경기. 아마 KBG가 좀 저력이 좋았으니까 KBG가 이기겠죠. 그래서 아무튼 링크 남기고요. 저는 조금 좀 영상 작업하러 먼저 들어가 보도록 하겠습니다. 진짜 할리퀸님 이렇게 좀 함께 해주셨는데 오늘은 조금 결과 좋지 않아서 너무 아쉬워요.
그러게 말이에요.
그러게요.
그래도 내일부터 이기면 되니까.
맞죠? 네. 어쨌든 3등 JT팀을 못 이기는 순간 3위 혹은 4위라는 건 똑같았기 때문에 내일 대진표에는 방금 경기는 영향이 없었어요. 네. 아무튼 그렇기 때문에 아무튼 그렇게 해서 좋은 플레이 또 이제 내일 보여줄 수 있을 것 같습니다. 자, 그렇게 해서 너무 그 시간 내주셔서 함께 같이 응원해 주셔서 너무 감사해요. 중간에 방송 또 막혀서 너무 죄송해요.
아니야 재밌었어요.
네, 아이고, 네, 그러면은 할리퀸이 너무 고생하셨습니다.
방송하시는 건가요?
아, 네, 전 좀 방종하려고요.
네, 수고하셨어요.
네. 아, 사실 아까 전에 할리퀸님이 얘기하셨어요. 이제 같이 게임하자고 그렇게 얘기하셨었는데 그 커스텀 게임 1대 하자고 얘기했었는데 제가 지금 멘탈이 깨져가지고 지금 네, 지금 편안하게 할 수가 없는 상황이라서 조금 오늘은 네, 좀 일찍 마무리하도록 할게요. 마지막 남은 한국 유일 팀, 네, 롤스터와이 팀. 오늘은 조금 아쉽긴 했는데 내일은 다시 또 좋은 폼 올려와서 보여줄 수가 있을 것 같아요. 아무래도 용을 기반으로 하는 운영을 좀 중요할 것 같고, 롤스터와이도 기존에 있는 픽들을 다시 한번 재정비해서 이 좋은 플레이를 할 수 있는 기반을 좀 내일은 다시 가져오지 않을까 싶어요. 사실 좀 내일 어쨌든 시간이 있으니까요. 남은 시간 동안 네, 좋은 플레이 보여줄 것 같습니다. 네, 크루팀들 이제 다 이제 그 해가지고 어쩔 수 없습니다. 아무튼 그렇고 내일 어쨌든 좋은 경기. 그래도 지금 아시아 상위 4팀이 모인 거거든요. 그래서 여러분들 롤스터와이가 조금 지금 오늘 결과는 아쉬웠긴 했지만 그래도 항상 격려해 주시고 응원해 주시면 감사드립니다. 저는 이만 좀 물러가 보도록 할게요. 내일 여러분들 같이 이제 방송 함께 하도록 해요. 그러면 여러분 모두 좋은 밤 되세요. 굿밤. 오늘 중간에 사라져서 죄송해요. 잘 자요.